Alright, I think I'm live. Hello, YouTube and Twitch. This is Bench Gamer, and this is just going to be a pretty chill stream. So if you're watching this expecting a lot of commentary and conversation, especially when there's really nobody here, because everybody that watches me is either in Southeast Asia or China or Japan. Actually, there's not a lot of Japan. There's not a lot of China. It's mostly just Europe and Southeast Asia. So I'm just once again here in Dragonspine. Not actually Dragonspine. It's called Bright Crown Mountains. I don't know why I can never remember this. I always consider it just, I don't know. For some reason, I always conflate Dragonspine and Bright Crown Mountains. Probably because they both have dragons in their name somewhere, like Storm Terror's lair. Anyways, this is Bench Gamer, and for basically this stream is just going to be me trying to 100% Mondstadt. And I just noticed, but I actually have 91% in Bright Crown Mountains now, which is actually more completion than in my main account, which is crazy if you think about it. Anyways, this is just going to be me pruning through Bright Crown Mountains for the second time today. I already did it yesterday, so I'm going to do it again. And after this, oh my god, there's a chest. Holy shit, how the fuck is anybody supposed to find this? I bet that's 92%. No, it's still 91%. I was too naive. Anyways, let's start. So I think I might be changing my plans. I think I might literally just try to pull for all the Natland characters, even though they do have, even though I made a rule for myself not to pull for them, because they have movement options, and I didn't want to make my account full of movement. Oh, Maxer Boy, holy shit, you're already here. That's unexpected. Usually I don't even look at chat until like 30 minutes into my stream because nobody's here. But where are you located? Are you in America? Yeah. Gambling problems. It's not actually gambling because I'm not spending money. Holy shit, this thing is supposed to disappear, but it just, oh my god, I got hit in the air. That usually never happens. I don't think I've ever been hit out of the air before in this game.
Off we go.
For like the longest time. Orda, no wonder you're awake.
I'm going in.
Yeah, I am here again in this hellhole, trying to 100% everything. I actually have more progress in Bright Crown Mountains now than I do in my main count. I don't know why Mondstadt is so hard to collect everything for. Actually, I do. It's just because it's an early game region. Adrigalia is from France. Radica's in Southeast Asia, so for them right now it's like in the middle of the night, or it's very late in the day. So the reason why I feel like I might just pull for characters in Natland is because, like, let's be honest, Natland characters are going to be the main characters for the next, like, I don't know, year or so. And I cannot wait that long to pull for a new character. The next half of the banner is this Kanich, right? It's Kanich and it's Raiden Shogun. And I don't want to get Raiden Shogun again on this account. Like, that's super boring. Maybe I'll pull for her weapon on my main account. I've actually been thinking about that because my Raiden Shogun is actually pretty weak. So, I'm not sure yet. If I do get the Natland characters on this account though, I probably won't get them on my main account, which means that I'll go for constellations. I think I want to go for my first constellation for Kazuha. I tried to get that a long time ago, but I failed because 50-50 and shit. I had to pull on Kachina. I haven't thought about pulling for 4 stars in such a long time because usually I have C6s all around. I haven't had C6s on most of my characters for such a long time, it's just not even worth it. I've gotten C7 Benny and C3 Xingyan. I have gotten so many Xingyans. I probably have like C13 Xingyan by now. That's just what happens when you play this game for so long. I forgot, you said you started in 3.7 or 3.8, right? That's not really that long ago. I've probably played this game for like 3 times the amount of time you have.
Everybody stand back. With sword comes shadow.
3.7, yeah.
Incoming.
I kind of wish Bennett would apply Pyro with his field. I think that's what's going to happen for Mabuka. Holy shit! It's so hard to kill things now. Jesus Christ. Oh, this is not good. My characters are too weak. Maybe I should just consider leveling up my characters. Yeah, I think I need to level up my characters a bit.
Nowhere to hide.
before I start doing any more exploration, because I literally cannot do anything
Let's light it up. Hey.
right now. It takes forever to kill anything. This is what happened to me in the beginning of Genshin 2. Like, I literally level up way too fast, and then I spent like 30 minutes trying to fight the Oceanid, and then eventually I would just fail.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Yeah, and this happens. This was probably one of the reasons why people thought Bennett wasn't good in the beginning. Like, this Ruin Guard would literally just hit you out of your fucking field. That was before everything just died in 3 seconds.
Pew pew. Cut to the chase.
How did he even get into Genshin, by the way?
I swear by
Like,
my sword.
how did you find out about Genshin? Was it Twitch streamers?
Don't blink.
Twitter? Do you guys see like Twitter, like Genshin stuff on Twitter anymore? If you don't follow Genshin specifically, I wonder how much exposure people have to Genshin, even if they don't play Genshin. Like, is it still like a thing that people notice? I wonder how many people in conventions still like wear Genshin stuff. Because I made a video about that a long time ago, that Asmongold watched, about how potentially Genshin Impact was ruining conventions, and the end conclusion of that was that they weren't ruining conventions, because why the fuck would they? The fact that a lot of people wore Genshin stuff doesn't mean it ruins conventions, or that people are selling a lot of Genshin stuff. Genshin Impact has definitely died down a lot in terms of popularity, so I don't think that is even a question anymore. And what I said was right. Something else will replace Genshin eventually. In this case, a lot of Hoyoverse games, as well as non-Hoyoverse games, have basically taken the same spot as Genshin Impact. It's no longer the only gacha game on the market. Okay, I need to go level up my shit because I'm not doing no damage. Why am I doing no damage? Because my artifacts, my weapons are complete dog shit. I need to enhance this. How do I enhance this? I need this thing. How do I get this thing? I need to go over here. I've not been here for so long. Hidden Palace of bloody bloody blah. Hidden Palace. Domain of Forgery. Thundercloud Altar. 3 and 4. Oh. What levels are these? Level 80. Holy shit. I can do level 80 combat already? That's insane. Okay, I should probably do this one instead. Okay, I'm gonna do a level 59 domain. All parties gain a cryo damage bonus. So in 2023, I had a bad Android phone, 5 or 6 years old. Yeah, that's older than mine. I have a P30 Pro. And my dad bought me a new phone, and I was trying to download back my apps, and I stumbled across Genshin. Damn. So it's basically just luck and random shit. No advertisement needed. Okay, I need to use cryo shits. Where are my cryo shits? No Electro, because that shit doesn't work here. I saw ads on it and I was like, fine, I'm a download. Damn. I've always been very disdainful of ads because I don't like looking at ads, but I guess they do work. I found out about Genshin because of a fighting game streamer called Leffen, and it was on Twitch. So I don't even watch Leffen anymore, but yeah, apparently paying for streamers to stream games work. I remember exactly the moment when I thought I'll try out Genshin Impact, and it was when Leffen said that, yeah, Breath of the Wild Zelda is pretty good, but this is good too. And I was like, damn, he's saying this game is as good as Breath of the Wild? I gotta try this out. And I was blown away by the game. And that was basically the moment that I decided to play Genshin Impact. Because somebody said, oh, this game is as good as Breath of the Wild. And to be real, I actually do think that's true. Maybe it's not exactly because of it's because Breath of the Wild is a bad game. It's because of the Switch is a bad system. And I don't like playing games on anything other than 60 FPS, which I can't do with Breath of the Wild. Never heard of him? Yeah. The fighting game community is pretty self-contained. I don't even play fighting games that much anymore because I can't pay for PlayStation Plus. Because I spend too much money on gacha, so I can't afford PlayStation Plus anymore.
This moment will be frozen.
I spent too much money on gacha. I wonder how much money I've spent overall on Genshin Impact on my main account. Probably at least like $2,000 to $3,000 at this point. Insane.
Can't handle your drink. Come.
Come on. Stop running around.
Everybody stand back. Pew pew.
Holy shit, this takes so long. Okay, I really need to collect something for Arlecchino. She's too weak. This cannot go on. I really want to avoid going to Fontaine because I feel like it's like breaking the chronology of the game, but I don't think I can do that any longer. I literally have to start like just going to wherever the... I still don't understand why they don't just like... Why not just give us the... Oh, she's dead, even with healing. Oh, she can't heal, I forgot. Damn, I forgot she can't heal. I forgot. Arlecchino sucks, man. This character... Okay, that's not true. She doesn't suck, but she's so awkward to play with because I'm so used to healers. Nah, I don't need help. I'm a loner. I don't need anybody's help. I have never actually done like straight up multiplayer for this game. The only time I have ever done co-op was when I raided other people's worlds and just took their shit. Okay, cutscene. Your weapon needs upgrading. Can I enhance this? Yes, I can. Level 50. Nice, nice. Okay. Is there anything here that needs to be saved? Not really. Nice. Level 42. Amazing. Do I need to keep this? One of the things about... Oh my god, I think I can collect some of these things for my collection. What do I need again? One of the worst things about being an older Genshin player is you realize how much shit you missed. Oh, did you know that there's an event where you can just get 3 free Natlan weapons? I didn't know about that until I looked at my notifications. So yeah, these 3 weapons are free. Yeah. They're actually not terrible either, especially this. I think it's this one. This one is basically built for Mualani, I believe, because it's max HP scaling. And Footprint of the Rainbow, I don't know what this is for because it's based on defense. Oh, I think this one is for Kachina. And I don't know what this one is for. Attack percentage. Oath of Kapakanon. After a party member triggers a power-related reaction, the equipping character's elemental skill damage is increased by 16%. I don't know who this is for. I don't know who is... Who is the... What? This is attack percentage scaling. Elemental skill damage. I have no idea who this is for. Who cares? Okay. I have max on this. So all this is... What is this otherworldly story? Oh, I have max on this too. Max refinement on this. Max refinement on this. Nope. All this is garbage. Okay, I can sacrifice everything. Pyro Archon, maybe. I can't believe I got 2 of these bells again. I have like R10 bells by this time. Like I've sacrificed so many bells for just refinement, as well as just upgrading my weapons. It's insane. I've never done this before, having 2... I got 2 Favonius bows, and I didn't realize this at first, but I've actually never, like, saved up a weapon without using it for refinement. This is the first time I've actually done that. So now I have 2 Favonius bows at more than level 1. God, free-to-play... No, it doesn't. It doesn't suck. Just free-to-play things. Saving up multiple copies of a weapon rather than using them for refinements. I have, like, 2 Favonius bows now at R5 on my main account. What do I need to upgrade again? Oh yeah, her weapon. Holy shit, I have like 1,400 something of these. Okay, I think I can level up her talents maybe. I just use the crystals. I have like 100,000 weapons. I've never maxed out my account inventory before. Like, oftentimes in the updates for Genshin Impact, they would just talk about increasing the capacity for your item slots. And I'd be like, wait a second, who actually does that? Who actually waits until they have completely filled out their inventory before using their artifacts for materials? Like, that's just completely unrelatable to me. Okay, how do I ascend her again? What do I need? I need this thing. Fragment of a golden melody. Character level up material. Level 30 plus Legatus golems. A golden fragment that fell from the Centaur Golem's chest. Putting the tune inscribed upon the shattered rubble back together, it appears to be a small sliver of a grander musical movement. People once believed that the song of eternal happiness and harmony would resound throughout the world till the end of all destinies, but harmonies can be changed. When the rebellious God King, who are they talking about? Who is this God King? Is this Deshret again? Fell from his throne, the imperishable capital was reduced to refuse and rubble. Or is this Conria? I don't even know who the God King is. There's so many God Kings in Genshin. John Lee is a God King. Deshret is a God King. I think the Conria guy is a God King. When the rebellious God King fell from his throne, the imperishable capital who was reduced to refuse and rubble, for whom then shall the lyre in the hands of a legionless commander play? Dane? No clue. I need to look at my Ashikai handbook. Prerequisite. Head to Petrichor to explore and accept the quest. Oh my god, I don't want to do that. Okay. Arlecchino, you're on the back burner for now. I need to upgrade my other shits. Artifacts. Talents. Okay, I need one of these things. Should I talk in YouTube or Twitch? Go to Twitch if you can, because it gives me more rewards. So if you don't know, I'm on my... This is probably cheating, because I'm not streaming Zenless, but there's like a Zenless Zone Zero Twitch program that basically lets me get rewards for the more I stream. So, yeah. Go complete. Fuck. Am I streaming on the right category right now? Am I streaming on the right? Yes, I am. Okay. I am in Zenless Zone Zero. Get your bag, yeah. I'm not getting any money. I'm just getting polychromes because there's no way I'm going to be in the top. Like, if you're in the top 200 streamers.
On an adventure in ages.
If you're in the top 200 streamers. Shut up, Bennett. God, you're so annoying. Worst character of all time. Most annoying character. I think Mualani might be a little bit more annoying, but... So, I would have to stream more than like 1,500 hours just to be in the top 200 list and get $250 US. And my current ranking is like... I'm not ranked at all. Yeah, I need to be in the top 200 to get $100 US. I currently have 33 hours total watched on Twitch. And I would need to be watched like what? For another 1,500 hours to get even into the top 200 ranking. Pretty much impossible. So, yeah. I'm just going to stream for my polychromes. I need my 200 more polychromes so I can actually get Jane Doe. I'll have 20 wishes saved up for Zenless right now, but it's a pretty sparse, right? I still need about 50 more wishes, and I don't have a guarantee. Do I have a guarantee? I forgot. Okay, I'm gonna pull for Mualani and hope for the best. No Mualani. Has that reset? Yeah, my Stardust exchange. I have 170. That's like 2 pulls. No, it's still 2 more days until then. On Twitch this time. Nice. Wow, the Twitch chat is so much smaller than what I have shown here. The Twitch chat is actually better than YouTube chat for like viewing messages, but on my streaming OBS channel, it's a bit smaller. You probably can't see it. All right, time to get my mats for King. Level 88. Yeah, this is exactly why I had such a hard time with Genshin. The scaling for this game is out of whack. You really do not, unless you vertically invest, early game Genshin gets very hard very quickly. Even my level 70 Kachin still kind of barely manages to kill anything because she doesn't have artifacts. Oh, I have Bennett, that's no good. What's strange is that it only shows that I have 1 viewer. Usually it counts me as 1 viewer. Suggested ways to train. Oh my god, they give me the dumb people's guide. Yeah, it's like insulting me. Every time I go in there with under-level characters, it just insults me. Why are you doing this? I'm pretty sure it might be like actually useful for other people, but for me, someone who's played this game for 4 years, kind of insulting, not gonna lie. I wish they would encourage people, like, they would give some more features to people who are playing this on, like, new accounts.
Look at you, Boomtown. Let me weave you a verse.
Like, there's real, unlike MMOs, there's really not a lot to give you the ability to play multiple accounts. I guess they kind of don't want you to because they fear you might get burnout. But I wish they, like, give you, well, they do have features now. Before they didn't have multi-logins, but now if you have more than one account, you actually get multi-logins on Genshin Impact. I think it was already available for phones, but it was only recently released for PC.
Nowhere to hide.
Before, I think the last 2 months, you actually had to manually log out and log back into a new account. Now it just saves your info. So I can actually play both accounts pretty easily.
Incoming.
Hey, yeah.
No, my sword. Don't blink. Cut to the chase.
And they do a very bad job of explaining the combat mechanics as well. Like, they never explain what exactly this pyro aura is.
Oh, so sorry.
Never. Unless I'm blind, I never read this. Maybe it explains on the front page of the domain. I gotta go read that. Maybe I'm completely wrong. Alright. I should probably show my Twitch chat though, because you're on Twitch now. Yeah, there we go. Alright.
Body and mind. Yeah. Diana special. Ring cutter.
I never read them. Yeah, that's most Genshin players.
Speed of light.
That's the argument for a lot of people who say that the gamers are actually too stupid to do the endgame content. They just never read. Although, to be fair, you shouldn't have to read. I think good gameplay, good game design actually accounts for the fact that most of the players don't read.
Nowhere to hide.
And they organically teach you the mechanics. But there's only so much you can organically teach somebody through osmosis. Just by watching the game. Sometimes you actually do need to read, especially for these like build-heavy games. Not reading is... I don't know, like, probably don't know like 50% of the set effects for the new artifacts now. I have not paid attention since I got C3 Farina. Ever since I got through C3 Farina, everything has been so easy. I just don't know what the new sets do anymore. I really do hope they add a new endgame mode. I said that I don't really care about endgame that much anymore, but I think new features are... I think the reason why I'm so hyped for... well, not so hyped, but more hyped for Natlan than for Fontaine is really because of the new features that they have added. And they're not like a lot, right? Adding a new world level is not like the biggest thing in the world. Having a new 5-star character, for me at least, is not like the biggest thing in the world because I already have so many characters. But it's just having more stuff that you can talk about and get excited about, even if it's not something you personally care about that much. It's the fact that it's exciting for other people is also exciting for me, right? So we don't just have to... What something likes is also not what something else likes. Have you seen Mualani's talent descriptions? Yeah, I've read them off stream. I don't know how to feel about them. It feels really complicated. She has like 3 different talent effects. Is it just me or she has more passive talents than other characters? Or maybe I'm imagining things, I don't know.
Let me weave you a verse.
Let me weave you your fate.
Speed of light.
But it's still way easier to read than Wuthering Waves skill descriptions. Wuthering Waves skill descriptions are on a whole nother level. It's just that Mualani actually has a lot going on, especially regarding her special movement.
Dodge this.
Cut to the chase.
Apparently, she can't dodge in her sprinting form. Not sure if that's true. I would have to do the trial again to check. But I'm kind of planning on pulling for Mualani anyway, so it's like I'm not really that bothered by not knowing what she does so far. I can just check later.
Don't blink. With sword comes shadow.
I don't really care that much about fighting things in my new account.
Hey!
So this is kind of a bother.
Rain outlines your fate.
I've already done all of this before, all this grinding for artifacts and talents. Kind of just want to play the game for the story. But it's taking way too long at this point. I gotta do this.
Dodge this.
Ugh.
Don't blink.
I just ate. I think there's something like stuck in my throat or something. Might be acidic reflux. Have you guys, for those of you guys who have acidic reflux, have you noticed that acidic reflux, when it gets to your throat, it actually kind of tastes like sour gummies? Like the taste of sour gummies is exactly the same as like just acidic reflux, except it's actually in candy form. I wonder if the people who made like sour gummies actually had acidic reflux and decided, yes, that is the taste, that is a flavor I am going for with these sour gummies. Oh shit, I need more. No. I said that I wanted a challenge in the combat, but sometimes hitting things for so long... Yeah. What? Hitting things for so long, it's kind of annoying. I just kind of want them to die faster. Can I not? I think that's just you. Maybe. I doubt it. Somewhere out there, somebody agrees with me. Okay, which one do I need to level up for this? I think it's this thing. Can't be just me. Okay, Guide to Prosperity. Is it this? Yeah. Holy shit, I got tons of them. Where'd all these things come from? Okay, I'll choose 9. Pretty sure some other characters would need this. I'm probably going to be doing 2 streams today because the Honkai Star Rail stream starts at late tonight. Well, it starts tomorrow, late morning tomorrow, but it's probably going to be late tonight for me. Oh, her attacks weren't level, no wonder. Okay. I need one more of this. No. Alright, that was my mom calling me to get some watermelon. I'll be back. I give this watermelon 6 out of 10. Not cold enough. Still alright though. Better than no watermelon. Do I really have to click this to make it go away? Yeah, I know my characters are underleveled. I know. You really have to tell me. Okay, more dailies done. I should probably go level that up that thing a couple more times. Would I go for that? So much resin saved up. I could probably do this forever if I really wanted to. Room temperature watermelon is nasty. It's not there yet, but it's getting close.
No, my sword.
This moment will be frozen.
Nowhere to hide. Rain cutter.
Yeah, this is way better. Things are just dying way, way faster now.
Speed of light. Hey.
Good old Kaching. She was actually, I think, my first 5-star besides Chi-Chi. I don't know which one came first, Kaching or Chi-Chi. But Kaching is definitely the one. I tried to main Kaching before the Dendro buff. You probably don't know this because you started in 3.7. But before Dendro, Electro units were super terrible. I was coping with like nobody uses Electro Charge anymore.
Don't blink. Hey.
Nobody plays Hydro and Electro. But back in the day, that was like one of the only comps that you could actually use.
Cool it.
And would have to cope with the fact that Electro Charge didn't actually do that much. Does Overloaded even do any damage to these Pyro Slimes? I think it's Pyro damage, so I'm pretty sure it doesn't. How are you still alive? Nice.
No, my sword.
Dodge this.
Incoming.
Guard this. Man, I really hope they give alters to these characters soon. Like, just go back. I think one of the things that Honkai Star and did really, really well was the introduction of alters and multiple versions of the same character. Like, 2 different versions of Dan Hun. We're getting more than 2 different versions of March 7th.
Rain outlines your fate.
Don't get frosted.
Because there's only so much room in your head you can have for a new character. Sometimes you just really like one character, right? Sometimes you only like Raiden Shogun. Sometimes you only like Guy and Miko. And it's really great to just have different versions of the same character so that people who have already like bonded with the older characters can have more time with the same characters. Instead of, you know, focusing on characters that appear in one region and then never appear again. I wonder if they will ever do that. I don't think they will in current Teyvat, in the current arc for Teyvat, but maybe in the future, when we leave, it could be a thing. Opium, copium.
Freeze.
They've started listening to players now, right? So maybe they will actually. I should put that on my survey. Have multiple versions of the same character.
Nowhere to hide.
Yeah, I think that's what I'll write on my next survey. Go copy some Honkai Star or some more. That's a good game. Maybe the end game is getting a little bit power creepy, but they've got some good ideas. Give me 2 versions of Dory. 2 versions of Chi-Chi. Make both of them standard characters. 5-star Ningguang 1. Exactly. She's been leading Liyue for forever now. Canonically, I think we stay in each region for a year.
Rain outlines your fate.
It's not like Jujutsu Kaisen where like the entire last 2 years was 2 months in the actual story. By the way, Jujutsu Kaisen is kind of ending now. Any of you guys watch it? The new patch chapter is already out. Apparently Sukuna died, became a giant blob monster, and then died again. Super underwhelming, but what do you know? An author who is tired of actually drawing and writing for it is not doing a very good job of ending the story.
Dodge this.
Jujutsu Kaisen, I don't know how Jujutsu Kaisen got so big. It's literally just Bleach, but with more words.
Don't blink. Hey.
It's more like, it's like, what if Hunter X was just bad? That's what Jujutsu Kaisen sometimes feels like. Hunter X, but
Oh,
the
so
story
sorry.
makes no sense.
Rain outlines
And the
your
abilities
fate.
that are described feel like hacks or assholes. Muzan death. Oh, you. Are you talking about the antagonist from Kimetsu no Yaiba? I started reading Kimetsu no Yaiba, or I don't think it's called Demon Slayer in English. Back when it wasn't even that popular. I started reading it in the first like 1 or 2 chapters. And now it's memed to death as this show. It's a really well animated show that frankly doesn't have that good of a story. And I feel like once they started reaching the point where they were fighting all the big baddies one by one, I think that's when it became too like really shonen. My Hero Academia also kind of became the same thing. It ended too fast. They should have given each of the like top guys, the top enemies, each of them their own arc. Instead of trying to kill them all in just one arc. And the epilogue being like a reincarnation of the current characters was such a weird like ending. Like, why the fuck do I care about their reincarnations? They're not even the same people anymore.
Let me read you a verse.
But other than that, I didn't even start reading because the anime wasn't out yet. I literally liked Kimetsu no Yaiba before all the anime stuff made it super popular. I feel like once it became an anime, it sort of became its own thing. Like it wasn't even part of the manga anymore because it was so not stylistically different, but it was so well animated that it became something else. When I first started reading Kimetsu no Yaiba, I literally thought it was a horror manga because of what happened to the sister. I thought it would be something like Berserk, honestly. Like the vibes it was giving me were like Berserk-esque.
This moment will be frozen.
With sword comes shadow. Speed of
No,
light.
no, 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 no. No, no, no.
Don't blink. Hey.
Kill 2 more of these.
Cool it.
I'm a rock. Incoming.
It's kind of weird that these pyro slimes don't get cooled off if you use cryo. That always bothered me a little bit. It's like I always have to use hydro to make them to extinguish them.
Freeze.
Pew pew. Can't handle your drink. Cut to the chase. Speed of light. Hey.
Nice.
No, my sword.
Oh, so sorry.
Yeah. Incoming. Witness the power of Gugwa.
What they've done, I've noticed, is that they have made the early game of Genshin much easier to get into. Because you get, but they've done it in a really weird way. If it was me, I would have just given new players the ability to buy the new materials that you can use to level these characters. But instead, what they've done is given people the teleport points to directly go to the regions where you can collect the materials to level the characters instead. Yo, look, Mileto, what's up? How are you doing today?
Don't blink.
I finished Venti and Klee's story yesterday. I think today I'm going to be doing... Yeah, I finished Jean Klee's story yesterday. So today is probably going to be Venti and I think Mona.
Rain outlines
And I think
your
by the
fate.
end of this weekend, I'll have everything in Mondstadt done. And I can move to Liyue.
Nowhere to hide.
At least hopefully. Currently on Act 2 for Natlan.
Speed of light.
Did you rate it a 7 out of 10 before? My internet is acting so trash all of a sudden. That's probably my fault.
Don't get frostbite.
Unless Milk Mileto is not experiencing the same thing, then I guess it's your fault.
Incoming.
Or your internet providers. You're in America though, right? So 50-50, it's either my fault or your internet's fault. If it was in Taiwan, it's definitely my fault. .5 out of 10? Didn't you say it didn't have enough male characters? Did they introduce like a 0.5 male character? That's why you raised your score? No, it wasn't me. Okay, I was confusing you with somebody else then. I think it was Zendao.
Speed of light.
Or I misremembered that too. It was somebody.
With sword comes shadow.
What would you rate the different stories for each region now? On a tier list.
Don't blink.
I think mine would be like probably Sumeru at the top, and then Fontaine, and then Liyue, then Mondstadt, and then finally Inazuma. I think that's pretty fair.
Incoming.
I think that is absolutely fair. I wonder whose favorite story is actually Inazuma. There must be somebody out there who's like, Inazuma is my favorite story, my favorite arc conquest. Nothing about Inazuma's arc conquest was bad because it had Raiden Shogun. She's just misunderstood.
Incoming. Hey.
You guys don't understand the magnificence of Raiden Shogun, how deep she is, how complex, how beautiful.
Don't blink.
It's not your fault, I think. Hopefully not. I'll have to check my stream later after I finish.
Incoming.
Oddly enough, during the time when I made my first video talking about how bad Inazuma was, nobody actually disagreed. Like everybody back then agreed that Inazuma was kind of trash. Like that probably shows you how bad it was. Like there was literally not a single comment I think in the entire comment section in my videos that said, yeah, Inazuma, yeah, you just don't understand Inazuma. Fontaine, Sumeru, Natlan, Liyue, Mondstadt, Inazuma, yeah. I think I would rate Mondstadt a... Wait, would I? I said Sumeru, Fontaine, Liyue, Mondstadt, Inazuma. Did I? I don't know. I think Liyue and Mondstadt are about the same for me, honestly. Now that I think about it, I redid the Liyue story, and it, like, at the very end, I felt like it was kind of a drag. Ironically, it was when Liyue, when I was fighting the last fight for Liyue was dog shit. I think the last fight for Liyue was actually worse than worse than Dvalin. Because at least I actually got to like fight Dvalin and hit him with a sword. I couldn't do that with Ozayo. I had to fight a whole bunch of fucking Ozayo shits. You didn't even get to fight Ozayo. You got to fight like the minions supporting Ozayo. What a shit fight. Maybe I should change my rating. You think Inazuma is better than Liyue? Fuck. Mondstadt was awesome because it did such a good job of introducing players to like the world. I think the reason why a lot of people were really disappointed in Inazuma was that they thought that it would be like way better than the previous stories. Like it was supposed to be an overall improvement. It was like the expansion of Genshin Impact, and we would be getting something so much better than what we already had. But instead we just got a whole bunch of like disjointed bullshit. I think it's a, oh yeah, I remember now, you started in 3.7, so you weren't there when everybody was waiting for the final story. It's way different when you're playing it all in one go. It's completely different. Because you're not there sitting around waiting for the ending of the story. And then the story comes, it's like 2 hours of content, and you've been waiting for like 2 months for the final ending of the story. That's what I said about Shinjo Lawfu as well. It's just not the same thing when you're only playing it. When you're playing it all in one go, and you don't have to wait around for the rest of the content. That's the problem with... No, there are a lot of other problems with Shinjo Lawfu, but that was one of the main problems, which is that people were just waiting around for the final bit of the story. Like, nothing was elaborated, and the war plot was a drag, yeah. But But it is much better now that I think now that we have the second Archon quest story. Like, it's so weird. They don't call the Archon character quest Archon quest. They actually call the main story Archon quest. And that always got me confused. But this now that the second story quest for Raiden Shogun is out, I definitely think Inazuma is really good overall. Like, it tells a coherent story now.
Don't blink.
But I'm just judging it based on my like actual lived experience being there when the story released. I think now that it's complete, maybe you could say it's better than. Holy shit! I have 65 resins. Okay, I'll just keep saving. Maybe you could say it's better than Liu and Mondstadt. I think that might be legitimate. But damn, they still did Kokomi so dirty. Not only did they shaft Kokomi in her own story, they shafted her by giving Nivlet her role as the Hydro Dragon. I don't know, Raiden Shogun's story quest felt like a long YouTube apology video for me. How many YouTube apology videos have you watched? Which made me despise her. I like your second story quest. I think the first one ended pretty well too.
Procrastinating. Let's go.
I think it was fine by the end of the second story quest. Hmm. 44. Okay, this is something really OCD with me. But because in Chinese culture, 4 is an unlucky number. Every time I see 44, I get really anxious. And I feel like I have to erase the number 44. Like when there is a YouTube video that I'm watching with the number 44 in their like section, like they literally have 44 likes, I will either press like I will literally just like the video or dislike the video just so that it's not 44 anymore. All right. Can I level this shit up now? Yeah. No. I especially after second quest, they try to make her innocent, which don't sit well with me. Yeah, I think that was one of the things that was bad about her story. For a lot of people, sure, it worked. Mister, is that you? Who is me? What are you talking about? What are you talking to? For a lot of people, sure, it worked. Oh, you're on my YouTube chat now. Yeah, you're back to YouTube. Just have both my Twitch and YouTube on at the same time so I can collect more rewards. That's really the most optimal way of doing it. Yum. Who is me? You're a JoJo reference? How about JoJo reference? I have never watched JoJo. I'll be honest, I have never watched JoJo. I feel like it's one of those things that you have to like it doesn't intrinsically attract me. Because of its hard style, it doesn't intrinsically like make me want to watch it. But I felt that way about the anime Ping Pong as well, because it had a really weird art style. But I like Ping Pong's art style more, so I eventually did watch it. And now I'm like, some weird pose is always a JoJo reference. Mrs. hates the number 4. Really? Must be like a Chinese reference. Oh no! It's the same in Japan, because the number 4 also sounds the same as death. So, it's the same in both cultures. I think it's the same in Korea as well. Alright, I got both my rewards for streaming for today. Now I just need you guys to watch for like 60 hours or more. And then I get 200 polychromes. Isn't that insane? I have 33 hours watched right now. Just watch another like 27 hours and I get 200 polychromes. That's literally 1.2 polls. 1.2 polls and I think it's 1.2 polls. 40. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's 1.25 polls. Insane. I won't be watching. Fuck you. Alright. How do I get my Kaching to not do such shit damage? To do such low amounts of damage. I need to upgrade. I need to do this. Fix more of this. I'm already watching on YouTube. True. That is legitimate. Watching more just wastes bandwidth. If you have like, if you don't have unlimited bandwidth, that is actually like completely fucked up. If you're like me who lives in Canada, you actually have to pay more for unlimited internet. Or the internet is so limited, you have to get unlimited internet. Like, I will literally use up all my bandwidth in like in just like one download of a fucking game, because you only have 300 gigabytes. Downloading GTA 5 alone takes like 50 gigabytes, and downloading like Zenless Zone Zero takes another 60 gigabytes. So if you download like 3 of these large games in a day, then that's your entire month's worth of bandwidth gone. At least if you're using TELUS. I'm watching in BTOH. What is BTOH? Sometimes I used to watch Twitch and YouTube stream. Not YouTube streams. YouTube streams is harder to watch on PS5, but I used to watch Twitch streams on PS5. And now I just can't be bothered because Twitch has become an adpocalypse. Everything is ads now. I used to watch Asmongold a lot more. Any of you guys watch both? Oh, I'm in both. Oh, I suck at reading misspelled words, I guess. I used to watch a lot of Asmongold because he didn't put on ads, but now I'm just like, wait a second. He has ads again. I don't know when he did it, but his streams now already have ads. It's back to adpocalypse. Ascend, clear the ruins. No. How do I get my domains only? Yeah. Weapon artifacts. Oh, it hides the artifacts. I should probably do this one. Get something of worth. I probably have so many artifacts that I can use for leveling for material. This is gonna be awesome. Oh, I only get 4-star artifacts. Damn, you don't get 5-star artifacts until level 80? That's insane. Damn, okay, so I can't do that yet. I have to level up my characters more. Okay. How do I level up my characters more? I have to get to level 80. Okay, I need more of this, Core Lapis. I need more energy nectar. I need more of Vajrata Amethyst. So, time to kill these things, I guess. Holy shit! Leveling in Genshin Impact fucking sucks. Damn. Damn, that's a lot of stuff you have to level manually. That's insane. Mostly you watch. I never realized this because I've been. I guess I'm unrelatable at this point on my main account. I have so many materials. I never have to level. I never have to farm anything. This is the most relatable I've been in like the last 2 years. You mod for somebody? I feel like if I've ever had to mod for somebody, I just do the most terrible job. It'd be impossible for me not to do a terrible job. Oh, I think I can do one of these. I can use Tignari now.
Who ate a poisonous mushroom this time?
Tignari is so cool. He had one of the best character story quests of all time. Yeah, I use this. Sure. You have anything? Oh, you have a Favonius bow. Cool. That's like good on everybody. Oh shit! Okay, I have to ascend him. How do I... Oh, I have to get... Oh my god, I have to go to Sumeru for this. Jesus Christ, I can't do that either. I can't level anybody.
Oh, ow.
Okay.
Where did that come
Fine. That's fine. I can just go and... Where do I get this one, though? Check the enemies tab. Okay, so I can get this from here.
If my
Insane. I do okay job at modding. You get paid to mod? I'm kind of afraid to ask. No. So you're like a paid intern, is what you're saying, or a non-paid intern. I mean, you get paid in fields.
Rain outlines your fate.
Or do you not get paid in fields as well?
Body and
Not
mind.
really. So you don't get paid in fields either?
Something's come up?
Craft or kill pyro bosses or some wiki bosses, yeah. Holy shit, man! I can't even kill Tartaglia on the highest level.
Nowhere to hide. Incoming. Diana special.
Dodge this.
I think I can kind of understand why people don't like bother. Holy shit, this is so slow. This level 72 motherfucker.
Speed of light.
Ouch. Holy shit, that was a lot of damage.
No, my sword.
You'll watch me on Twitch? Thank you.
Body and mind.
You don't have to, but it's like, if you're gonna watch someplace, and I get the most rewards on Twitch, which fucking sucks because I hate Twitch, not gonna lie. I think Twitch is probably the worst platform ever. I think maybe even Kick is better. Like, I've never... Oh my god, I'm dead. That's unfortunate. Okay, you just have to drop down here now.
Rain.
Thank you. I'm dead. Okay, one more time. These things actually attack super fast, what the hell?
Oh, so soft.
Like, if these things did as much damage as, like, for example, a boss in Withering Waves, they would actually be legitimately pretty difficult.
Speed of
The only reason why they're not is because they're so underleveled compared to previous Genshin. Oh my god, I'm dead.
I am outplayed.
Compared to how much you scale. I can't do this. I actually can't do this. Ouch. Why do I suck at dodging so much? Somehow my Xingqiu heals better than my Furina. That you should get that looked at. Okay, please don't kill me. Please don't kill me.
Don't blink. Hey.
Shit. Oh my god, I have not seen that move in 10,000 years. What is that? Can you attack that thing? Oh my god, you can. Oh, I have not seen this in... I didn't even know they could do this. Insane. You mean it doesn't just like slam its head down on the floor for like 4 times before it dies? Wow. No. At least this is interesting. Okay, I gotta go take a piss. I'll be back. This is hilarious. This has not happened in over 3 years, by the way. Oh my god, there's a challenge over there. Wow, the draw distance is actually pretty significant here. I thought it would be less than that. One thing that Withering Waves does is that they will actually hide markers for challenges if they're too far away. I always found that really annoying. Anyways, complaining about Withering Waves for the 13th time this week. My Xingqiu is like 4,000 and my Furina is 2,900. In what HP?
You were such a slacker.
Why is their Xingqiu so beefy? Yeah, I don't know. I can sort of understand why Genshin isn't more popular now, which sounds weird to say because Genshin has always been super popular. But, dude, it takes so much work to level anything. So if you're one of those people who just like to autoplay and to progress your account without trying really hard, This really is not the game. This is a very bad... This is one of those very terrible games where if you don't like actually play the game and try to treat this like a real RPG, then damn, you're not really getting anywhere. Especially when you start leveling up your world adventure rank. Like, Jesus Christ, this is hard. And all for what? For you to do the odd combat event once every 2 months so that you can get 4 poles. They really do not reward you. This is why I've kind of like changed my mind about the end game. Like, yes, it's nice to get like 600 primo gems or 800 primo gems now once every month or so, but like, it's really not enough to justify spending so much on these characters. Oh my god, I have to... Insane mechanics. Oh.
So lit.
Like, if all you care about is getting the primo gems, then is it really worth it to try so hard to get these primos instead of just pulling for them? Pulling with money, I mean. You're really doing it only if you find it fun. And as fun as the combat is in Genshin Impact, I don't think it's fun enough for most people to try so hard in Spiral Biz. And I'm not sure if there is any realistic way for them to make it fun enough for casuals, for them to want to do it for so long. Even now, because I have already done all this, right? I have already done all this progression the first time around.
Time to act.
And even now, it feels a tiny bit of a chore. And I'm like one of the most hardcore casuals in Genshin. Not a guide content creator, but also not a casual either. And it was way more fun just running around collecting chests than farming domains. Farming domains really is ass. It's fine. I think it's actually kind of more fun on my main account because I just destroy everything in like 3 hits. And there is a sense of power you get from that you don't really get in early game. So the fun of doing domains when you reach the point of endgame is that you can just kill everything so fast that it gives you a slight dopamine rush. It kind of affirms the fact that you have spent all this time farming for materials that you have reached a point where you can literally trivialize the endgame. Even on world level 9. Yeah, even on world level 9, it's not really that. Oh my god, another chest. Dopamine rush. Oh my god, another chest. Even on world level 9, it feels much better on world level 9 because it gives you more dopamine, right? It's like you get to the threshold of killing things in 3 hits. But if you kill things in 2 hits, it doesn't feel as good as killing things in 3 hits. So what world level 9 is that it gives you that 1 extra hit so that you feel better about yourself, right? That's kind of how it works in my head. It's like 3 hits is just enough to make it feel good, but 2 hits is too little. 2 hits and you feel like you're not doing anything, but 3 hits, that's exactly where you need to be. Chat pause due to scroll, see new messages. Oh my god, I paused my own chat. That's how I rationalize it. That's why world level 9 feels so good. It gives me that 1 extra hit back. What about 4 hits? 4 hits is maybe too much. 4 hits and you feel like you're too weak. And of course, the number of hits is going to be different for everyone. But I think killing things in... Like, if it takes too long to kill something, then it doesn't feel good. But if it takes too short of a time to kill something, then you feel like the content is too easy. I don't know where exactly the exact number of hits needs to be. But I feel like world level 9 right now is a good balance for me personally. Okay, King. Okay, and this time I will actually try. I will actually do the mechanics. I will literally dodge everything. I will be a good... I will be a good Genshin player. Alrighty, let's go. Heal.
Cut to the chase. Let me leave you
Alt.
first. Don't blink.
Auto damage.
Incoming.
Dodge. Success.
Don't blink.
Dodge that. Dodge that. Dodge that. Do one of these.
I'm a rock.
Insane. Doing mechanics.
Nowhere to hide.
I think this is the first time I've actually paid attention to the game mechanics in over 3 years. No, 2 years. I will give them that. When they introduced the constipated beast, that was like ass.
Barbados.
That actually put so much. That gave me so much FOMO. I literally pulled for. That was the only time I ever pulled for a character for meta reasons. It was when I saw the constipated beast and when I saw Weenut. Those were the 2 times when I actually pulled for meta. I did not want Yelan. I thought Yelan was ugly as hell. Ugly as sin.
Can't handle your dream.
Ouch. No, can't do that. Ouch.
Speed of light. Hey. Pew pew. Rain outlines your fate. Cut to the chase. Incoming. Witness the power
That's
of
nice.
Speed of light. Hey.
Oh, I can do Electrochart on this character. He has 2 places where it gets hit, I think. I think that's why Electrochart is kind of working here, or at least it's showing up as an element. Nice. Bennett. What constellation was Bennett on? Constellation 0. Insane. Should probably love. Oh my god, I have 80 of those. Jesus Christ. It's a guide to resistance. Okay, give me 18 of those. That sounds like a good number. Nice. And I think I need the coins. I think those are dropped by the Fatouis. Yeah, those can't be treasure hoarders. Never mind. Treasure hoarder coins. Give me 36 of those. Five, 6. I suppose I'll raise this to 5 as well. Can't do that. Well, actually I can. 6 of those. Give me more. Okay, I think that's enough leveling for now. I'm gonna do a story quest. I want to do, let's see, Venti's first. I should probably do these chronologically now that I think about it. I will do the ones in Mondstadt first chronologically, so I should probably unlock Betos. Unlock, can't do that. Obtain 8 daily commission keys. Why do I have 7? That's uneven. Maybe it's because I haven't collected my daily rewards yet. Can you drown here? Oh, I think you can't. That'd be really funny. I bet there will be so many people who actually drown here. Oh, you can drown here. Never mind.
Add Astra. Thank you for Add Astra.
I think that gives me... Why 7 though? Why not 8? Obtain 8 daily commission rewards to receive a key. Oh, it's because I... No, wait. So shouldn't it be 2 days for each one? That's so weird. Because you get 4 each day, right? So I must have had one day where I only did 3? Huh. Alright, whatever. Alright, Venti story quest. Carmen Day. Should you be trapped in a windless land? A child's secret. At the feet of the Nemo Archon statue in the plaza in front of Mondstadt Cathedral, you and Paimon discover a little girl playing with her imaginary friend. I assume the imaginary friend is Venti. Why? Why what? Da, da, da.
Hey, look over there! She's all by herself, right? Because she's acting as if she's talking and laughing with somebody else. Paimon's creeped out.
I had an imaginary friend too when I was a kid. I never had an imaginary friend. Why does 7 and question mark look similar now that I realize it? Oh, I don't know, because they just look like similar symbols. I had an imaginary friend too when I was a kid.
What? You mean you used to act like that too? So is this an invisible friend who hangs out with you sometimes? Or do they just exist in your imagination?
In your imagination means imaginary. Imaginary means in your imagination. I don't know what the difference is. Yeah, I never had I don't know why, like, there's so many tropes about imaginary friends. I did play by myself a lot, though.
You must mean imagined friend, right? Why didn't you just say so? So, this imaginary friend of yours, when does Paimon get to meet them?
We don't hang out anymore. I played a lot with like action figurines and like toy dinosaurs, and then would like make them fight each other with my like 2 hands. But I never had an imaginary friend. I never imagined myself having friends, to be honest. We don't hang out anymore.
Seriously? So imaginary friends just disappear when you grow up?
Exactly. Tragically, yes.
Oh, Paimon was looking forward to meeting yours. Hey, don't suppose your sister has an imaginary friend too?
Sure they do.
No way! You guys are so lucky! Because they have this game in Liyue. Have you heard of it? It's a 4-player game, but it seems you guys could play it with just the 2 of you.
Oh, Traveler. Fancy meeting you here.
Tone deaf bard. What are you doing here?
I'm here because Lisa has been making some exciting new contraptions.
Why does the thought of Lisa's contraptions make Paimon so nervous?
Come now, that's no way to speak about the elegant Miss Lisa. For this particular contraption, Lisa had to import some dangerous materials from Sumeru.
Dangerous?
Looks like a regular monocle to me.
I know, right? Apparently, though, it's called an Urnama detector. Sadly, Lisa isn't able to use it herself, so I'm borrowing it for a while. And also, I'm testing it out for her, to see if it actually works.
Huh? Why can't Lisa use it?
Perhaps it's because she lacks a certain childlike sense of wonder. Or maybe there's some other reason for it. If you want to know for sure, just ask her yourself sometime.
So, you can see them? Go on, tell us. What does his imaginary friend look like?
That would be telling. Anyway, it's all yours now, Traveler. Take a look. See if you can see Nora's imaginary friend.
Do you see him? Do you see him?
I actually do not remember any of this. All I remember is that at the end of Venti's story quest, I think he sits at the top of his own statue on his hand, and then we get a very sad moment with him. But all the details I don't remember at all. Yeah, it seems like they're best friends.
Huh, so it does work for you two.
Paimon wants to see? Wait, but this gizmo isn't in Paimon's size. Alright then, you'll just have to be Paimon's eyes on the ground. Let's go see what everyone's imaginary friends look like.
Should you be trapped in a windless land? Carmen Day, Chapter Act 1.
Flora from the flower shop always seems kinda floaty-headed. You know, Paimon bets she has an imaginary friend.
Is this part of the quest? Are they always just here? Why don't you pray with us, friend? What are you doing? On days like these, sisters in the church will hold a prayer meeting. I've never missed a single meeting. Rather than being pious is always a good thing. Are they just here? I've never noticed them. If you wish to pray to Barbados, you can do it here. What about store? Oh my god, I think they're just part of the environment. Maybe I don't know Mondstadt nearly as well as I thought I did. Okay, I think they're just part of the environment, not part of the quest. Okay, we're going to Flora. Remember the whole, like, I know, like, Maxer Boy probably wasn't here. I don't know about Luke Mileto, but there was a time when Flora was, like, a little girl. I think Flora was a little girl, and there was, like, a quest NPC giver you could talk to who said that, like, they were in love with a little girl. So that will cause the whole, like, the pedo controversy. Yeah. I think it was one of those NPCs outside the wall. Albert,
There
yeah.
it is. Behold, a floaty imaginary friend for floaty-headed Flora.
And they just changed.
Floaty.
They changed the age
Imaginary
of the
friends can be
NPC
friends now.
without.
Hi,
Flora
Traveler.
used to be a
Hi,
tall
Bart.
woman, I think, and they changed her to a little girl at some point. But they didn't. They forgot to change the dialogue for Albert or one of the NPCs. I forgot which. I'll trust you that it's Albert. You know more about this than I do, probably. Hi, Flora. Can I ask a question?
Sure. How can I help?
I never paid to any attention. I never paid any attention to all of this drama stuff or any of the controversies in my early Genshin days. I didn't pay attention to anything. I just played the game and that was it. Those were good times. Are you two family or?
You mean me and Mr. Floaty? Mr. Floaty is my bestest friend. We live together. Say hello, Mr. Floaty. They can see you.
No fair. Paimon hates
Well, he's
them
not a
like
pedo
that.
now, I think.
Flora, why exactly are you friends with a bloaty floaty?
He never was. It was
What's wrong with
the
it?
dialogue used to be
I
because
always
Flora
wanted
was
to be
like tall
friends with a
woman, and they
plant who
changed
could
it
fly.
after the
Friends
beta,
with a
but they didn't
flying
change the
plant?
dialogue. They forgot.
Why?
They forgot
Because
about
then
the.
when it's
They
windy,
forgot about
you and your
Albert.
friend can fly off into the sky together. You gotta admit that's pretty cool.
Isn't that called being blown away?
That's what some people like to call it. I only found out this plant existed from an explorer who told me stories of his adventures. I think his name was Stanley.
Oh, I know Stanley. I don't know who Stanley is.
Stanley's an adventurer. And you can tell he's an expert at it from the stories he tells. The amazing adventures of Stanley are super famous in Mondstadt.
Fraud.
He's in the city at the moment. You should go ask him to tell you some of his stories.
Okay, I know who Stanley
That
is.
sounds like a
I still
fun
don't know
idea
who
for next
Stanley
time.
is.
But right now we have other things to attend to.
I think Stanley is the guy who's looking for another guy.
He's
Of course they're flowers.
mysterious kid.
Okay, based on my extremely fragmentary
Shall we
knowledge
interrogate next?
of what is happening, Stanley will be looking for some other adventure, and then we will have to help him find that adventure, but that adventure turns out to be dead. And then Venti will give like a very sad monologue about it. And that is basically my recollection of what happens in the story of Genshin Impact during this act. Alright, let's go talk to two little kids. Yeah, that little kid. He looks talkable. Nice. I got one foul.
No way!
Well, that is unexpected.
Timmy's imaginary friend is a ruin guard?
I've heard of guardian angels, but come on.
Paimon's freaking out right now. That thing is sure to attack us.
What say we postpone our conversation with Timmy for the time being?
How much time? Wait, you just saw a fucking ruin guard as his best friend, and then you're like, just no, we're not talking to him anymore. That line you love so to say so much.
Huh? Paimon has a favorite line?
Timmy might be Conrian. The one about exploring the area ahead of us.
Seriously? How about we explore the area ahead of us?
He doesn't have the eyes, so he probably can't be Conrian.
Children are more open-minded. Is that why they can think up all kinds of imaginary friends?
Maybe he's just wearing contacts. Who knows?
Fitting, isn't it? That the City of Freedom should be home to children with such boundless powers of imagination.
What about adults' imaginations? Let's ask some adults at the tavern.
Okay, I think at this point we get to meet Stanley, or somebody who is looking for Stanley. And then it turns out Stanley is dead.
The thing about wine is, you have to drink it at the tavern, or you miss out on half the fun.
Seems to me you'd find some way of keeping yourself amused even if you drank alone.
If I didn't know any better, I would say you're being deliberately uncivil.
Just drink responsibly on my premises, okay?
Oh, and if I did have one too many, what then? You'd throw me out along with the trash, is that it?
Throw you out?
You know, the same way you threw out Father's legacy. You sold off his mansion, or maybe you've forgotten.
Well, he
I
already
see no
has
reason
another
to cling
mansion.
to things that have outlived their purpose.
Is that so?
D-Luke is like a
Then I trust you were
multi-billionaire.
most
He has
swift
multiple
indeed
mansions.
to part with a certain vase?
Sorry, I have no recollection.
That's odd. Master D-Luke, I'm sure I saw such a vase in your home. A beautiful one. Unmistakable, in fact.
What the shit are they talking about?
Seems our suspicions were right. Grown-ups don't appear to have imaginary friends.
Like I said, a lack of childlike wonder.
Seems adults are the same everywhere.
So people just stop dreaming when they grow up? Okay, well, Paimon, for one, never wants to grow up.
This raises an interesting question. At what age exactly do people's imaginary friends disappear?
I like how they introduced the device that
Let's
allows
go
you
and
to
check.
see inside the minds of little kids and see their imaginary friends out in the open world, and they just kind of ignored that
How
entire
about
thing.
Ellen?
Like, isn't that basically
Someone of
mind
her
reading?
age surely must have some imagination left, don't you think?
Are you speedrunning this account till Natlan? Sort of.
Sometimes the idea of not being able to see
Oh my God, a
one's
chest.
imaginary friends.
Me?
Fuck!
No.
You interrupted! No, the dialogue is gone forever! Oh well, it's Paimon, who cares? It's speedrunning in the same way as playing the game is speedrunning. I'm basically doing all of the Mondstadt stuff. I want to do things in chronological order to get the best experience I can. Well, it's not really the best experience. It's the best experience that playing the game in chronological order allows me to. Hard-working
please.
Silo.
I'm feeling better already. If I could have an imaginary friend, it'd probably be a beer mug.
Okay, that's sad.
Imaginary friends. Wow. What a fascinating thing to investigate. I would love to join you, really, but I'm already several drinks in.
D-Luke actually does look kind of badass. Like, his really deadpan face is awesome.
So
I don't know if it was on
let me
purpose,
get
but it
this
was funny
straight.
as hell. Back when
You
the game
have a
first came
device
out,
with
he was a
which
whole
you were
meme.
trying to see if I have an imaginary friend? You're wasting your time. And to be clear, 15 years earlier, you still would have been wasting your time.
I certainly see why they really went back to their root, as Dawe put it. Can you expand on that in a way that does not spoil everything? You probably can't, but I don't know. That makes me happy, I guess.
No. I don't imagine any friends.
Like, back to their roots
Too
as in
busy imagining
Genshin
epic
root?
adventures.
Or Honkai Impact 3rd root? Because Honkai Impact 3rd makes me nervous. Not gonna lie. Honkai Impact 3rd makes me very nervous.
Come in, take a seat. We have a few specials today at Angel
Going back to their roots, they're going to make Honkai Gakuen 2 or Honkai Gakuen 3. They're gonna make 2D games. I would actually love to see that. Just make a 2D game, like make a 2D side-scrolling adventure game with their current tech. Yo, Trollmaxer, what's up? I'm currently doing the Venti quest. We've gotten to the part where we completely ignored the fact that we're mind-reading little kids to see their imaginary friends. And now we are just going to see another, like, not little kid, but a teenage girl, I guess. Hi, Ellen. Yeah, I thought Maxer Boy was Trollmaxer when he first came here. What the fuck? Your imaginary friend is just Jean?
What's Jean doing here? Is Master Jean Ellen's imaginary friend?
Imagine if you could actually do that, like in school, and then like the imaginary friend of your teacher is actually like a girl from class. That'd be so creepy. That'd be so awkward. Ellen is a conscientious child.
So she's so determined to become a knight that she... Okay, that's kind of weird.
Yeah.
Huh?
That is pretty
Oh,
weird.
Hello. What are you guys doing?
Are you always
Breach
training
of privacy.
You bet. Today, I heard Stanley talking about his adventures. It was incredible. It got me really pumped up. Oh, I hope I can be as outstanding as him one day.
So that you can fight shoulder to shoulder with Master Jean?
I mean, obviously I want to become a knight. And if I got to go on an adventure with Jean herself, well, even better.
Seems Ellen really looks up to Jean.
I believe you'll succeed, Ellen. I actually don't, because you've been here for the last 4 years, so you probably won't succeed.
Huh.
And canonically, we have been in this game for
I
4
was
years
thinking,
now, right?
it's
Each
not
region
every
is
day I
for
get
1
to
year.
hang out with the
So Ellen
honorary
has been
knight.
training against
Would
little
you join me
sticks
for
for
some
4
sword
years.
training?
That is canonical.
Ugh.
She has
How
been
could I
here for
smash all
4
these training
years.
dummies at once?
One of the Fontaine story quest novelette, they had 0 combat and 0 adventure. It was emotional and good, but there was no adventure in comparison. The Morality quest got a lot of combat. Yeah, boy, we're going back to adventures. Actual JRPG gameplay, or just ARPG gameplay in general. Damn, Fontaine really sucked when it came to like doing anything that wasn't like story. I'll be honest. Thank God they're adding more like adventure, like actual adventure, not just going to person, talk for 40 minutes, and then going to other person and talk for 40 minutes. Like I say that in such a negative way. Like I don't dislike Fontaine's quest, but hiya, hiya. How's that for Jean?
Shame. Didn't man.
But your idol just did it.
How can I smash all these training?
It's your
dummies at
idol
once?
doing this. Give her a
So
break.
that's how to do it.
Talk to
I'm
Ellen.
impressed. Oh, thank you. It's clear I still have a long way to go in my training.
Yeah.
So modest. I, for one, think you're quite the pro at this already.
Well, I'm exhausted.
Even in
from
this
training,
quest, I feel like
so
there's more
clearly my
interactivity.
fitness
Like
needs
just
some
doing
work.
that thing I
One day,
did
though,
just
I'll
now
smash
was
all
more
the training
interactivity
dummies
than
in
most of the
Mondstadt.
quests in Fontaine.
Ellen, she's our girl. If she can't do it, Hilly Churl.
Ugh, thanks. Shoot, I got so caught up here I forgot there's something I was supposed to do today.
Are we getting Mondstadt map
Ugh,
expansion
but
later?
I'm so
The rumor
sore from
is that
training.
5.5 is the
I
Mondstadt
can hardly
expansion.
move. Honorary Knight, could you deliver a message to Jack for me?
Apparently somebody said, "Who's Jack? Is that your secret boyfriend? Where can I find him? Who's
He's a
Jack?"
friend of mine. Recently started as an adventurer.
I bet he has a crush on you.
We were gonna meet up tonight and discuss adventure plans.
Because
Could
guys
you
don't
let him
do
know
anything
it'll have
unless
to be
there's a girl
another day?
involved.
If I'm not mistaken, you should find him at the Temple of the Lion. He's adventuring with Stanley today. Stanley's a truly legendary adventurer, renowned in all of Mondstadt. He once set foot in the Mare Javari.
Temple of the Lion, sure, I missed that place.
Great! Thank you so much.
I've got a question for you guys, and this is super random. But what were people's opinions on League of Legends when you were growing up? Because I know you guys, most of you are probably much younger than me. I was in high school when League of Legends came out, and I started playing League of Legends during the patch that Gameplank was released. So my high school days were all about League of Legends. Did your like friends play League of Legends during high school or something, or university? I don't know. This is just like a super random thought that came into my head. Dorian Port, yeah. Apparently, people are like, the leaker said that they were very impressed by the 5.5 map, and I was like, what the fuck, bitch? You're talking about 5.5? We're not even done with Natland yet. Shut the fuck up. Probably the series of patches. Wins Nizhna patches. I played the game in 2013. How old was I in 2013? I was that was 7. That was 12 years ago. That was 12 years ago, so I was 20... I was 19 years old. I think I had almost moved on from Genshin. Not Genshin, League of Legends. Oh, I have to actually teleport there. I played the game in 2013 when the game looks like Dota almost. I felt like League of Legends actually looked better back then. I really liked the art style for old League of Legends before they changed it to become, you know, anime land. Yeah, they lost so much personality when they switched to 3D. Most of my playing League of Legends was before the art style change. They really made all the concept art super anime afterwards too. LoL is a toxic and sweaty game. I think Overwatch 2 now is more sweaty and more like toxic than League of Legends. League of Legends has way more safeguards against toxicity now. I didn't play it, but I played games similar to it, and I kind of understood that notion. Yeah, Dota is probably also less toxic at this point. I feel like nobody talks about Dota anymore, but it's always on the front page of Twitch. The Great Adventurer Stanley. Ellen asked you to search the Greenhorn Adventure for the Greenhorn Adventurer Jack within the Temple of the Lion. It seems he is traveling together with the legendary adventurer Stanley. Okay, let's do it. I'm gonna have an all-healer team, because fuck me if I... is 2 healers good enough? I feel like I didn't level up Jean, though. So maybe I'll just go with Bennett.
I won't hold you back.
Search up 5.5 map Genshin and go to images.
The Temple of the Lion? We explored this place once before, didn't we? During the Storm Terror incident. Seems like it's now a hot spot for adventurers.
5.5 map.
One thing.
This is not real,
We
right?
didn't bag all the loot last time.
Is this real? Wait, that's a whole humongous part of the map. Wait, that's humongous. Wait, really? Oh my god. That's gigantic. That's like at least as big as this place. Cute. I don't think that's real though. It looks kind of fake. It's all green too. Like I guess most other parts of the map are also green, but still, it looks too green. Not real? I don't think this is real, guys. I think it looks too fake. Like, it's all a whole bunch of splotchy colors. I just find most multiplayer games toxic and sweaty. That's why I prefer playing single-player games like Genshin. Yeah, I almost always play... I used to be a very big MMO. I used to play Star Wars The Old Republic a lot. I think I talked about this in the past in one of my streams, but one of my big MMOs were Guild Wars 2 and Star Wars The Old Republic. I would always join in on the World PvP. World PvP and Star Wars The Old Republic was shit, but I did a lot of Hutball. So if you guys have played that, then you probably know what I'm talking about, but you probably haven't. So I was pretty big into Star Wars The Old Republic and Guild Wars 2. I was never that big into World of Warcraft because it started way before I got a good gaming PC. But yeah, I was into MMOs and League of Legends. I played Nasus. I was a Nasus main, but then they nerfed him. And then they made everybody else better, and I got pissed and I quit. I only have a few or a couple of friends who play games. I think the map is based off placeholders, probably. It looks a lot like the fake map that we got. Not fake, but it was like a very concept art map that we got a long time ago. I feel like most of my friends at school don't play games at all because they all just focus on study. Are you in East Asia or Southeast Asia? I feel like most people in America would just play video games because... especially during COVID, everybody played video games. Why am I playing as Venti? Oh my god, this is the Venti trial. I forgot.
Allow me. Those who wander in the dust, the wind shall send soaring sky high.
Imagine if I missed. Yeah, Southeast Asia. Yeah, those. I am super unrelatable in a lot of aspects, and one of them is that my mom was never like very. I'm Chinese, but my mom was never like very big into forcing me to do stuff. Like she did try, but she kind of failed. So I got like straight C+ and C- during high school. During university, I did do better, but it was kind of like whatever better. Like sometimes I got A's, sometimes I got B's. It was just kind of meh. Like my elementary school education really had no bearing on what I did in high school, which was in what I did in university, which was like history. I wrote like a whole bunch of essays on history, and eventually I got a history degree, a bachelor in history, and a bachelor with a major in history, which is pretty much useless, but I think it did help me out a little bit when it came to making YouTube videos. So it wasn't completely useless, but still, my education was still very lackluster compared to everybody else's. Because I've never really tried that hard.
Off we go. No, my sword.
At the very end of my university days, I did try though.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
But I don't know, education was just never like that big on my mind throughout most of my high school and university years.
Don't blink. Let's light it up.
And honestly, most of the stuff that I'm doing now, like setting up YouTube, it's not like something you can actually learn on. I feel like most of the things that will actually help you out in life, you just have to learn on your own, unfortunately. How many of you guys are still in education?
Light it up. Everybody stand back.
I'm pretty sure, like,
Sword comes shadow.
I wonder what most of the audience is in terms of what they are in terms of not occupation, but how many of them have finished education. Because I wonder if only the people who are still in education actually watch Twitch streams or YouTube streams. Because only they have time. Everybody else is at work. You guys are probably going to be starting school again soon, right? If you're in university or high school. Southeast America, caca. What is quick, by the way? Is that Spanish or is that Portuguese? I mean, North America. You're in Florida. I remember you saying that.
Hey, are those guys? Look at you.
One of those.
Let's light it up. Don't blink. Hey.
I don't go to college or university. I just go to a job and I don't work anymore. And now I don't work anymore. Nice.
I'll be fine. Rain cutter. Nowhere to hide.
Yeah. I used to work at a bakery a long time ago. And I'll tell you something about that bakery. We used to put moldy butter in your food. And we just kind of ignored it. That is a hidden lie. That is not a hidden lie. That is just a hidden truth about bakeries. No matter how good the bakery is, they probably got moldy stuff at some point and they probably put it in your food. Unfortunately. Like my boss told me that I could put moldy. I told my boss, look, this butter is moldy, and he was like, yeah, just ignore it, and I did. Each bird represents 10 states. I'm working, but I do study courses in my free time. It helps me stay sharp. I enjoy the more practical course because we can actually put to good use rather than something theoretical. That's good. You should, if you want to do something non-theoretical, you should. If you always want to study the technical side of things first before you get into anything too theoretical.
I was so sure I was about to die.
I never understood why, but why do the Adventurers Guild dress like Santa's little helpers?
So, you must be Jack the Adventurer.
They dress like a bunch of little Christmas
Yes.
elves.
who are you?
I wonder if that's like a
Actually,
purposeful
we came
design
looking for you.
decision that they look
Ellen
like
has a
Santa
message
Claus
for you.
helpers.
She said she won't be able to join you today to plan out your next adventure together. She'll join you some other time.
Oh,
Like they
I
look
see.
ridiculous, but it's kind of
I feel
endearing
bad
at the
you
same
had to come all
time.
this way to find me.
I think the female
And
guild,
then had to
like
rescue
Adventurers
me.
Guild dress uniform is way better than
I
male
don't
guys.
see what all the fuss is about. It
Like
was
the guys
nothing
look
that
like a bunch of
I,
clowns.
Stanley, couldn't have dealt with by myself.
Whoa! You are Stanley? You are that legendary adventurer?
It looks like some kind of national dress that somebody would wear, only because their country's flags are in that color.
The very same.
I was a teacher in the past, and the pay was not good.
I
The
must
work was
say,
tiring.
It's an honor
Yeah.
to meet one as legendary as yourself. Well then, how would everyone like to proceed?
I wonder if kids
Head
still
back
even
or
read
head
books.
further
Like back
inside?
when I was in high school. Back when I was in elementary school, we had like these reading periods, and during recess or something, it was just like 20 minutes of silent reading in the library in the middle of the school. Yeah, and that was actually a really good school now that I think about it. It was really well like organized, and like just the entire structure, like the actual school itself was like so cool in terms of how it was built. Now that I think about it. And then we had like a woods in the backyard. Not the backyard, but in the school playground. It was like half woods and half actual playground. I never went back there though. I wonder if it would be really creepy if I went back to my elementary school. It'd be like, what the fuck is this guy doing here? This 31-year-old guy. Stanley, what do you think? Jack, what do you think?
I think we should keep going. With Stanley by our side, we'll have no problem.
Okay, motion passed by unanimous consent. Let's head further in.
You're 31? Yeah, I'm 31.
So, I'm guessing you mostly came here because you want to hear my adventure stories. Am I right?
No, we really were just looking for Jack.
What? Do you know who I am?
I'm ancient.
I am Stanley, renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
I believe him. This guy is called
Yeah,
Stanley,
I think we got that.
and he is the renowned adventurer of Mondstadt.
Says maybe you don't.
How's your wife and kids? I don't have wife
I
and
am
kids. What the
Stanley,
fuck?
The living legend. Stanley who braved the Magivari.
Enough already! Ugh. Stop name-dropping yourself every time you open your mouth!
It's true though. Stanley is the most amazing guy.
The Adventure Guild uniform
Well,
reminds me of
Jack,
Robin Hood.
listen, won't you?
He wore green and his medieval clothes. I can also see that too, but I feel like the Adventurers
You
Guild
and your
uniform
partner
is
reached the
too...
Magivari, a
it's too
famously
formal.
terrifying place with not a wisp of wind.
It looks like something would
Precisely.
wear.
There was a deathly silence in the air. A sea of ashes stretched out before us, as far as the eye could see. The Magivari.
The Magivari.
Suddenly, my partner was caught in a whirlpool whipped up by an evil beast. Luckily, I managed to grab hold of him just in time.
Wow. So, did he make it?
Sadly, in the end, I alone was able to set foot on home ground once more. With a gentle breeze carried away the tears welling up in my eyes.
Poor guy. How could that happen?
Jack, you can't cry so easily if you want to be a great adventurer.
I know. Because an adventurer's proudest achievement is to die in the course of their
Oh,
final
what if
adventure.
Stanley is not real? What if we're seeing him without the
Whatever
monocle?
happens,
I don't
no
remember.
adventure
I
should
remember
ever
one
die
of them
in a
not
place
being
where the
real.
wind doesn't blow. The wind has to bring your spirit back to Mondstadt.
Huh.
That's right. To die in a place where the wind blows and to have your spirit carried back.
I was not supposed to do that.
That's the dream.
Yeah. Although, the most I can aspire to right now is beginner's commissions. Like clearing out the slimes clogging up
Holy
the
shit, even
sewers.
in early Genshin, they yapped a lot. Damn, these people are writing a fucking storybook.
Why do they keep going on about that? Is that why Stanley thinks the Magivari is the most terrifying place in the world? Because there's no wind there?
I thought it was just later Genshin in like Sumeru that started yapping. But no, it was early it was in early Genshin too. At least you could actually move while we talked.
Off we go.
It's actually kind of interesting, not really, but it's just an observation I've made that out of my entire like extended family, only one person has actually gotten married and has kids. Like I have one, two, three, four.
Adventure time.
I think I have 4 cousins, right? And out of all my cousins, only one person has gotten married and has had kids. And we're all in our 30s to 40s now, by the way. Like, none of us are young anymore.
Let's light it up.
But only one person has gotten married and has kids.
Don't blink.
And he has many kids. I think he has like 3 or 4 kids now. So I wonder if it's just like he's having all the kids for the rest of us. To replace us, I guess.
Sword comes shadow.
Family of old people? Yeah.
Step back, 2 forward.
Oh my god, that bug is still in the game. At least I think at that spot. What the hell? That's a very interesting looking fire.
Let's go.
Like, I don't think it's very unique to just us though. It's not really just our family or just Asian people. It's just like nobody really does have kids anymore, to be honest. It's very rare. You either have to be ideologically motivated to have kids, or it has to be by accident, because most people just either don't have the money for kids or don't want to spend the money on kids or don't feel like it's worth it. And to be honest, having a relationship is hard, man.
Time for takeoff.
Having a relationship can be exhausting.
No, my sword.
I'm dead again. I think in some cultures, maybe in Latin America, even in Latin America, I've heard that the birth rate is below replacement, which basically just means that eventually you will have less people. How are you still alive? I feel like once I get older, I will feel a lot worse about not having like a family or kids. No gliding is gonna be
I
hard.
believe I've made a small discovery. Could I ask you to use the Nernama detector once more?
Yeah, one of them is not real. Oh. Oh, there he is. Wait, this is weird, because who's the other guy then?
What? Stanley has an imaginary friend?
It seems his imaginary friend is a seasoned warrior, covered in scars from head to foot, and a look of staunch determination on his face.
Mary Javari is in Natlan, by the way. Can't wait to visit him 5.5. Oh yeah, also we're going back to our Genshin route because the Archon quest is about fighting the abyss like Mondstadt again. The real Stanley. So who's the old guy then? If it fits Stanley's description of himself, I knew there was something weird about the story.
Oh, you thought so too, huh? I agree. He wasn't telling the whole story.
Please excuse me. I'll be leaving now.
Is that Jack?
Bye, Stanley.
No, that's Jack. I'm
Do
confused.
you two still have time to spare?
What is it?
A few days ago, Stanley got drunk and told me a secret. Something he's never told anyone before. The weapons he took on his adventure all those years ago, they were none other than those once wielded by Mondstadt's greatest hero,
have you
Vanessa
found
herself.
any
The sword of brilliant valor.
Have you found
and the
any
shield of
hints
magnificent
or
honor.
like notes about Vanessa
I
in
don't
Natlan?
know whether you
Because she's
believe
from
me,
Natlan,
but
right? I feel like
apparently, both the
we
sword
should
and
find out
shield
more
are
about
still
Vanessa
right
by
here
now.
in
If they've been
Mondstadt,
like edging us
over in
on about
Dialupa
Vanessa for so
Gorge.
long.
Since you guys are the experts at this, can you come with me to try and retrieve these 2 legendary weapons?
I do feel like one of the things that I didn't like about Fontaine was that it didn't really tie into the Oceanids that much. Like the Oceanid was like, oh my god, I'm gonna get killed by the Oceanid. I'm gonna get killed by whoever runs Fontaine. I'm from the corrupted water fleeing from Fontaine because all these bad things are happening, and then they just never mentioned it again. That was kind of weird. I feel like there was definitely some rewriting going on in Fontaine. No hint of Vanessa. Damn. Stanley seriously owned these weapons. When did he abandon them in the wild?
I don't know. Outstanding individuals always come with their quirks, right?
Why did you pronounce it like
If I
that?
can
Pronounce
just get a hold
what?
of something impressive enough to show my family what I'm capable
Vanessa?
of,
Mondstadt?
maybe they'll finally come around to the idea
Stanley?
of me being an
Jack?
adventurer.
Adventurer?
Right now, I'm just a rookie. My
Oceanid.
abilities are limited.
That's what it's pronounced.
And my
Oceanid.
parents don't support my goals one bit.
Oceanid
So,
sounds
what
stupid.
do you say? Help a guy out? I can't bring myself to tell Stanley about it because my reasons are so selfish. But I swear I'll give the weapons back to him as soon as I'm done.
Aw, poor Jack. Let's help him out.
Alright then. Do we really know what they meant? I say it like Ocean and Oceanid. Oceanid? That's how I pronounce it. Oceanid. I feel like them saying they're going back to their roots. I'm not really sure what they mean by that. The Dawe left it very vague. And during the whole Nightland livestream, I just thought they were just making a whole bunch of improvements. I didn't actually think anything of them going back to their roots. I didn't put any stock in that. Because I don't know what their roots are. Like, what is the roots? Or you say it a little bit differently. Everybody pronounces everything a little bit differently. It's fine. Right then, I hard to say no after that sob story.
Venti, you coming too?
I don't know.
Oh, one other
He's
thing.
like, I don't know. Should
have
I
a
do my
bottle of
job as the
rare vintage
Archon?
wine that I had someone fetch for
As
me
the
a couple
Archon in
years ago.
Mondstadt?
Help me find these weapons?
I don't
and it's
know
all
if I want to
yours.
do my job.
Dadaupa Gorge, was it? Let's hurry. There's no time to lose.
Root of early Genshin. Good things from early Genshin they wouldn't do. Like what? I do feel like early Genshin had much more active adventuring. Like actual going around, like Zelda Breath of the Wild, and later on they became much more narrative driven. I wish Zelda Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom were not on the Switch, because the Switch is such a horrible system for 60 FPS. There's no way it runs on 60 FPS. It doesn't even run on 30 FPS. It's so bad. I feel like I definitely think that Breath of the Wild, not Zelda, but Genshin Impact has done a lot of things that are actually better than Zelda at this point. But I think I would think much less. I would think much more of Zelda if it actually ran on like a similar graphical setting as Genshin. Because I'll be honest, a lot of the things that are good about Genshin is just the graphics.
We may leave at any time.
So it's not really a fair fight when one of them runs on a GIMP system. Yeah, in this quest, you're actually going on a dungeon. Most of the story quests go to a dungeon, right? It's not just this. It's just not just this one. Most story quests actually allow you to at least control the character. But I do feel like early Genshin was much more obvious and much more blatant about it. And then later on, it became the ratio between actual adventuring versus dialogue was very lopsided. Oh my god! Would you stay up, lady? Thank you. This is what Genshin is all about, waiting for your stamina to recharge. Insane. And now, okay, this is the other part of Genshin Impact. You climb up on top of a mountain, and then you reach a dead end, and then you have to go somewhere else, and then you fear that your stamina runs out, so you're like calculating, is it too far away to get to the top, or is it too... Do I have to jump down now? You have a stuff like flying plus bombing the monsters in early Genshin. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I have to revive my king. I was watching Unreal Dreamer, and he seemed very happy with 5.0. And he said that, oh my god, they fixed so many things about Genshin Impact. This is everything I wanted. Genshin Impact's awesome. I was like, wait, that's what I want to say. Why am I not switching? Oh, he's dead. She's dead. Wait, do I have to go to a... Can I not do that? Can I actually not switch to a dead person? Character is down. Yeah, I know the character is down. That's why I want to switch them so I can heal. What is... Wait. There's something wrong with the game. What? Can I not switch to a down character? Is that not how the game works?
Let's finish this quickly.
Okay. So that works. Weird. That was very weird. That was weird. I think it's only when you only switch out one character I think that's only when you switch out one character. I've never experienced that because I always do quick switch, or quick swap, or whatever you want to call it. Huh. I've never actually experienced that. It usually doesn't work like that. I must have done something very specific that triggered one of Genshin's hidden restrictions that you never see because you never die in this game.
Hey, that bunch of hilly churls. Are they holding some kind of ceremony? And what's with that pile of knickknacks? Are they worshipping them?
Seems so. That must be the Sword of Brilliant Valor, surely.
It looks very dull and not brilliant to me. You have special adventure mechanic for story quests in early Genshin. Now they're adding that again. Nice.
Don't blink.
Yeah. Everybody I've seen talk about Natlan seems to be very happy. I don't know about Mtash though. I don't know if Mtash is happy. I don't think that guy's ever happy. Any of you guys ever watched Mtash? I feel like Mtash was on my... There's like this part of my... There's a part of my YouTube analytics audience section that tells me what all the channels my audience watches. And I don't think Mtash is there anymore. I think most people don't watch Mtash when it comes to like Hoyoverse stuff anymore. Because he doesn't show up on that list anymore these days. Now it's like the Jonathan and Sevi plays.
Look at you, Boozle.
And Ashikai.
Let's light it up. Hey.
Well, Ashikai was always on there. I feel like Ashikai is on every single YouTube content creator list that anybody ever has. Ashikai is always on it. Unless you literally do not care about the story at all. And I feel like even the people who don't care about the story still watch Ashikai. Because they can get the lowdown. They still want to know what the story is about, so they can like brag about how they know what they can at least pretend like they know what's going on in the story. So everybody watches Ashikai. The story for the current quest isn't the best, okay, but the more combat and adventure made it fun.
The Sword of Brilliant Valor.
What's not good about the story?
Looks kind of basic to Paimon, and a little worse for wear, too. Why would hilly churls be bowing down before a piece of junk like this?
Seems somebody tossed an old sword into a pile of spoils these hilly churls were already celebrating.
This is in terrible shape, and it's so basic, I'm at a loss for words.
Say, Jack, have you ever seen an Anemo crystal fly? They're found in the open country around Mondstadt City. If you saw one in broad daylight, you wouldn't bat an eyelid. But in the pitch blackness of night, its brilliant glow is mesmerizing. It truly resembles an exquisite crystal dancing in the night air. Is valor not the same? When everything is going your way, it seems meaningless. Fades into the background.
I don't know,
Thus,
not
when
much
you're in
drama.
dire straits, valor is the thing that gets you fired up and fighting back. It's
The theme of the
brilliant ray
story
of
is
light
basically
that
the power of
guides you out
friendship.
from the
I do
darkness.
think that Natlan looks very Pokemon. So it doesn't surprise me that the story is simpler. But I also suspect that the story will get more complicated in the later patches. So the fact that it's not like super complicated right away is not really that big of a deal to me. I feel like with Fontaine, the moment you got to Fontaine, it was like, okay, drama, drama, drama. Mystery, mystery, mystery. And now you just go to Natlan, and the first thing I noticed isn't like drama. It's not like, oh my god, Farina, what's going on with her? It's more like, holy shit, dinosaurs and dragons and cool music. And I feel like I really prefer the Natlan style things, if only because, you know, it's like more at my own pace. It's more like adventure style. With Fontaine, it's like I'm going into the first episode of a major drama series. And sometimes I just don't want to watch the drama series, but Fontaine doesn't really give me that choice. There's a lot of cutscene and unique combat, so it's fun, yeah. Yeah, I do think they need to... I think that one of the things that they did very well with Honkai Star, even though it's extremely narrative heavily, is that there's so many cutscenes. And so many, like, combat... Well, that's not really true for a good deal of Honkai Star's, the 2.0 story. I think it's mostly Zenless. Zenless has lots of combat. They throw combat at you all nilly-willy whenever. 2-hour mark? What do you mean 2-hour mark? Oh, for my stream? Oh, thank you. You can be my timer clock. That's some elaborate ox done. Excellent recovery. Almost fell for myself.
You're right. You're right. Then this has to be it. This is the Sword of Brilliant Valor.
Yeah.
So,
Basically, what you're saying is that the game is
now
becoming
we
more of a
just need
game.
That shield. Let's scout around.
And that's really not a
It's
very,
definitely in
like,
Dada Gorge, so, huh?
for most games, that's not a very remarkable thing to say. It's like, oh my god,
Somebody there.
they're making a game about a game. That is actually a game where you do
Stanley?
gameplay things.
What's
Insane.
he doing here?
He's acting so weird.
What happened? Why did you stop all of
The
us?
problem is that I feel like Fontaine didn't do a very good job of
It's
integrating the
nothing.
gameplay
Just
with
one
the
of
actual
those
story.
spouting weasel thieves pass by is all.
Like, usually, you know how in
Where? I want to see.
Usually in these Archon quests, what they do is that they send you all across the map, right? In Inazuma, we had the story send you to Watatsumi. In Liyue, we had the story send you to like the tall mountain so you can speak with the Adepti. In Mondstadt, we had you go to the Bright Crown Mountains so that you can, you know, get to Dvalin and kill him. Well, we didn't actually kill him, but fight him. So there's a lot of like arbitrary things that actually incentivize you to explore the world and to like what's it called, to interact with the world at large. But I feel like Fontaine did very little of that. You only get to send to one place, and it was for a dungeon, and then it was like after that there's really nothing. You basically, if you just do the Archon quest, there's very little reason to interact with the actual nation of Fontaine itself outside of the main city, and even then it's mostly just the underground. And I felt that like, that was very weird. It was like the Archon quest was entirely separate from the actual nation of Fontaine itself, if that makes any sense. Anyways, rant over. Back to story.
Maybe another time. We have a shield to find, remember?
Okie doke. Let's go find the shield.
Don't blink. Let's light it up. Yeah. No, my sword. Speed of light.
I really do think... I also think that Genshin Impact should replace the Hilichurls as a basic enemy. I don't know if that's just me, but I do feel kind of bored that the Hilichurls are still the basic enemy in every single region we go to. I think they need to really do something about that. Like, give us more advanced Hilichurls. Give us different sorts of Hilichurls, not just like the basic shield wielding ones for the like hundredth time. That's so lame. So far, the puzzle isn't hard, and the combat gave me Mondstadt difficulty for my half-built Moalani, but I have John Lee, so I never died. Yeah. Well, yeah, that's true. If you have John Lee, like, nothing really matters. Unless it's, like, against those super wolves, the abyss wolves, then it sort of matters. But that's not necessarily bad, because if all the enemies were anti-John Lee, that would also not be good for the
Gonna
game.
hurt in the morning. Ring cutter.
That's what I'm of half a mind about Power Creep. At the same time, Power Creep needs to exist, but it can't exist to the extent that it makes people unhappy. So it's really a matter of balance, not the fact that Power Creep exists. If they made enemies that were just anti-John Lee all the time, that would also not be good for the game. Whee! It's a little wind tunnel. Where is the shield?
Don't blink. That's everything. On to the next.
Where's the shield? Huh. Interesting. I don't see a shield. Seek the shield of magnificent honor. Is it just like on the ground randomly in some place?
Let's light it up.
Because this is where it's leading me to. Oh my god, doing that puzzle for this area with the shielded area with all these swords in the ground was so epic. I thought this place was like the most epic imagery of all time, having all those swords in the ground. It turned out to be a big nothing, because the sword that I gave me at the end of the day was pretty shit. And then I realized that you could never get any good weapons in the actual adventuring game itself of Genshin.
What I call treasure.
I do feel like that is one weak side of the adventuring in Genshin, which is that you can't get anything other than primo gems or furniture. There is furniture now too. Okay, I just have to head over to Hilly. That's the shield, isn't it? Fuck. That's so hood.
Behold, the shield of magnificent honor.
That's so scuffed.
Liar, liar, pants on fire. It's a chunk of wood. A chunk of scrap wood with the handle attached. Who in their right mind would use this as a shield?
There's also wine stains on it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was just taken from a wine barrel.
And yet, my bard's intuition tells me that this is none other than the shield of magnificent honor. Warriors wear their battle scars with pride, and shields are no different. Surely an intact shield is one that has shied away from the battlefield.
You know what's
It's not
crazy about
broken and splintered shield,
consequences
the one that has
of
fought
the
in
Dainsleif
countless
quest?
wars and lived to tell the tale?
We know now
Though
that
the
Venti
soldier's
knows that the
body
Hilly
be
Trolls
tired
are
and
like
torn,
Conrians, and
still
he's just like, haha,
to the
Conrians.
very end,
They
till
use
have
shitty
no
shields.
blood left to bleed.
And then he just
Such
doesn't talk about it at
magnificent
all.
Strength of will. Is that not the true meaning of honor?
I'm pretty sure at this point they didn't actually have the whole story of like the Hilly Trolls figured out, but it is kind of funny looking back on it that like if Venti is interacting with these Hilly Trolls while he knows like they're like the zombie bodies of the Conrians. I agree. This is the shield.
You do have a point. Shiny new shields don't stay new and shiny for long. Okay then. Well, maybe if we ask nicely, he'll just let us take the Shield of Magnificent Honor for free. Ahem. Excuse me, Mr. Hilly Churro? Well, okay. You take it from here. Hope you've picked up some Hilly Churlian by now. If not, there's always body language.
Also, it does feel kind of weird that the Hilly Trolls, despite being like degenerate versions of Conrians, they still have a language too. Paimon voice in Mondstadt is less annoying. I don't feel that big of a difference anymore, but we'll have to see. Like they have a language, Vim Plata Dada. I wonder when they'll ever involve Elon Musk in maybe like a Dainsleif quest. I think that would be super interesting if we actually invited Elon Musk to a Dainsleif quest and just try to have him like, whoa, what do you mean the language of the Hilly Trolls is exactly the same as the Conrians? Cool. Please, may I have the shield? Okay.
Uh-oh, he did not seem to appreciate that.
Gucha pupu gusha ye. Okay.
Uh-oh, he did not seem to appreciate that.
Mani nini biaodomu. Okay.
Uh-oh, he did not seem to appreciate that.
We have no choice. We have to kill him.
With sword comes shadow.
Can't handle your drink.
Incoming.
Nice. Sure. Okay.
Hey, he dropped the Shield of Magnificent Honor and ran.
Guys, thank you so much. I can't believe I actually found them. Mom, Dad, check out the legendary weapons I found.
Hey, wait!
Did he just say mom and dad?
The wine, you
Mom, dad, check out the legendary
Mom,
weapons
Dad,
I found.
Check out the legendary weapons I found.
Oh, he did. I was not imagining things.
What are you doing here, Stanley? Out for a stroll?
Hey, what are you doing here, Bard? Fancy that, huh? You, out for a stroll too?
Oh, that's right. An after-dinner stroll, to be precise.
Oh, I think
We
I
were
remember
also
now.
looking
It's
for
this
a map
guy.
for something.
It's this guy pretending to be Stanley, even though he's not. Because Jack wants to meet Stanley.
I'm starting to think Stanley might be a fraud.
You were right. He is a fraud. I remember now. Okay, I don't really remember. He's definitely a fraud, no question.
Did Stanley plant the sword and shield here in advance?
And
so
then
as
we
to
meet
not
the
hurt
real
Jack's
Stanley.
feelings?
through the powers of
Adventurers
Mondstadt
must be pretty
Archon power.
familiar with Dada-Upa Gorge. You fought battles here before, after all.
This story, when I first played it, was super
Better
sad.
believe it. I can navigate this whole area with my eyes closed.
Wow. Then I admire your perseverance. And
Man,
your memory,
the
too.
song is
It's
so
only to be
nostalgic.
expected of a great adventurer like me. You guys had better watch out, though. This place is crawling with hilichurros. I'll get back to my, stroll now. Goodbye.
I'm a pee, be right back, alright. Like, a lot of people say that Mondstadt's
Guilty
story wasn't
conscience
very good.
much?
Well, he shouldn't have gotten so
But I think
carried
it did
away
a
bragging to
wonderful
Jack,
job of
should he?
onboarding people to the
Although,
world of
on
Tabot
further
and making them
reflection,
see, like,
I
what
must
is at
say I'm
stake
intrigued.
in a way that is not pressing.
Someone who can't let go of the past and gives up on the present
Like, this
instead.
quest itself,
I wonder, if such a person was forced to take their first step towards the future, which way would they go?
What are you talking about?
I'm just musing to myself.
this quest establishes Venti as someone
Anyway,
who actually
I
knows
propose we
things.
take a trip to
And it has a whole
Anvil's Share
history
tonight.
before he became, like, this little kid that we know as him as today. I think it does a very good job of making him, like, someone who is invested in the world of Mondstadt. It makes Mondstadt feel more like a real place because of Venti. These are what happens at the end of this quest. And I think it does it in a way that doesn't have to elaborate very hard on what is going on. Like, most of the time throughout this story, we're seeing things through the eyes of the people who actually live in Mondstadt. Not actually through Venti, by the way. Which is very important, because it establishes the world of Genshin Impact, the world of Mondstadt, as something that is important rather than Venti only.
You know, I'm glad I actually had the chance to come down here today. The tavern isn't overcrowded, and I couldn't be in a better mood.
Tell me, Stan. Tell me, what should I do?
Huh? Why does he keep repeating his own name?
He's hiding something.
Could there be another person called Stanley?
Oh, Stanley. It should have been me. I should have been the one to die in the Melchivari that day. Why won't your spirit come and stop me from using your name? Why, Stanley? Why? If only you hadn't had to save a rookie like me, you would have never died in that windless corner of the world. You were a renowned adventurer, destined to become a legend one day. But now, that'll never happen, because your life was cut short, and all because of a worthless tag-along.
Does anyone get what's going on here?
I think our friend really did make it to the Merjavari. And I think the tragedy he encountered there was real too. But the real adventurer, the real Stanley, that was his partner, not him. The real Stanley is the one who died to save our Stanley.
Wait, so the only reason our Stanley is called Stanley in the first place is because he stole the other Stanley's name?
I fear that may be the case.
Stanley, for so many years I've lived in fear. Fear that Mondstadt will forget all about you. So I tell you adventure stories at every opportunity. Mondstadt must remember. Stanley reached the center of the Madrivari. He's the greatest adventurer there ever was, and he lives on. Stanley will never die, because I am Stanley. I am Stanley. I'm sorry, Stanley. I'm getting too old. Now. Are you guys planning on eavesdropping much longer?
Yikes! We're busted!
Well, that was interesting. Besides his really corny voice, that was very emotional.
Go away. Save your questions. And just leave me in peace.
But...
Leave now. Don't make me tell you again.
Honorary Knight, Venti, and Paimon. I'm so glad you guys are here. I've been looking for you everywhere. I wanted to thank you again for helping me find the sword and shield. My parents are finally supporting me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, really. They even said they're gonna pay for someone to fix up the Sword of Brilliant Valor and Shield of Magnificent Honor for me, so I can take them out on the road.
That's wonderful! So, Jack, is this the part where you bid farewell to Mondstadt and set off on your intrepid trip traversing Teyvat?
No, not yet. I still don't have what it takes to go too far from home just yet. Besides, I'm sure Stanley still has a few stories left to tell. They're what inspired me to become an adventurer in the first place. Stanley, Oh, you're drunk again. We'll see you tomorrow then. After your hangover wears off. Maybe you can tell me some more of your stories?
Stanley's really fond of that kid, don't you think?
Jack. Jack.
Jack left.
Oh, I see. Well, thank you for not telling him about my secret.
Huh? All of a sudden you're facing the facts? That isn't like you.
Just now, I couldn't bear to look at him. His adventurous spirit is so pure, unblemished. Just a weary old feckless fraud. But that kid is a brand new shining star, full of potential. I cannot allow his dreams to be crushed.
You're not a total fraud. Stanley's adventure stories and experiences. They're all true, aren't they?
Stories? Experiences? What's the point of them anymore? To be honest, my memories of adventuring and of Stanley, they're hazy these days. That's my biggest secret of all, and my biggest fear. All these years, I've been living to tell his story. But his personality and the details of his life, I don't remember them clearly anymore. But the one thing I can never forget is that he died in a windless land, where his spirit can never be recovered.
His whole life, he's been drowning in guilt. All that remains is this imaginary friend.
Exactly. Even in his memory, the real
They told the
Stanley
VA to
isn't
go
the
higher
living,
for some
breathing
reason.
friend he knew at
Did
all.
they? I'm kind of
Instead, he's become fixed on the image of him as that battle
I'm kind of skeptical about that.
And that image has
Because I
held
feel
him
like
captive
she's
his
pretty
entire
high-pitched here
life.
too.
I'm too old. I never let go.
Not gonna lie,
So
I
much
don't
is
really see that much of a difference. I do feel like
I'm completely
her voice
and
as
utterly
Sokaku
worthless.
though in Zenless Zone Zero is
Adventurers
much
should have
lower
to come
pitched.
that way.
So that could be
With
true,
adventure.
but I feel like it's not that big of a difference between like early Mondstadt. Like maybe in the early Mondstadt. Oh, here's the epic part.
My true name? How did you know?
Aww.
The wind. I can hear the wind blowing in the Mare Javar.
Yes, this little femboy is your Archon. Bow. Bow to your god.
I always believed you existed.
I mean, yeah,
Maybe
he looks
hand me
exactly
your
just
old
like the
friend's
statue.
spirit.
I wonder though, is this actually his spirit, or is this just an image of Stanley? Like, what is Venti's power? I didn't remember this. I remember this fully. Well, not really fully, but I remember the very end of it. It was very
Thank you
emotional.
all. And thank you, Lord Barbados. I'm sorry,
Bro, he looks
taking
just
me
like the
some time to
statue.
calm
What are
back
you
down.
on about?
but I think that I'm gonna be okay.
He's going off to make a new
Ah,
statue.
Wonderful. Stanley reconnected with his true self, and Jack can finally go his own way.
It's
And
like a
this calls
Superman
for
with glasses thing.
celebration. And by celebration, I do, of course, mean libation.
And by libation, you mean you're not leaving this tavern till you're too drunk to walk, right?
Do you guys know what libation is?
The wine here's too expensive. Jack still owes me some wine, though. He promised me a rare vintage in exchange for helping him out, remember?
Libation is drinking,
I'll head off
ritual
to fetch
drinking.
the wine. See you shortly. Let's meet at the usual place.
It's a form of ritual drinking related to
Where's
religion.
that supposed to be? Why has Paimon never heard of it? Hey, tone deaf bored!
Yeah. Libation definition. A drink poured out as an offering to a deity. The pouring out of a drink as an offering to a deity. Humorous, a drink. Now you know. Don't ever let Genshin and their big words fool you. Okay, see you there.
Oh, hey!
Nice.
Time to act.
Stanley.
Yeah,
So many
Stanley.
years after the fact, it's not even his friend himself that holds him back anymore. But I, for one, am confident that the people of Mondstadt will not forget his friend's story.
Okay. This was probably one of the first quests that I actually felt emotional about in Genshin Impact.
In mind.
It was really, really good when I first played it. It's still really good. I'm actually surprised how much I remember. Like, I remember the basic gist of it. And it's been 4 years since I did this, so... You know, you can't really fault me for not remembering the exact story. The fact that I remember this at all is pretty huge. The offering to himself, yeah. Like, seeing Venti up on his giant statue, oh my god. Like, I don't remember much about Mondstadt's other quests, but this one is just peak. This is the first time I thought, like, Genshin's story was actually worth something. And not just, like, generic anime filler bullshit. And I think the second time I thought this way, the second time that the story of Genshin actually really homed in on being like something that I could actually dig deep into was the first John Lee story quest, I think. It was always the Archon story quest that made me go, wow, holy shit, this thing is amazing. I'm climbing on Venti's body, oh my god. That sounded weird. But holy shit, this is a nice statue. I would like this for like my house. Except smaller, I don't have a place to fit something this big. But damn, this is actually a really nice statue.
You made it. Finally.
Just tell us where you meet next time, okay? We looked everywhere. So, did you at least manage to find your wine?
Yep. Well, sort of. Jack made it out to be a rare collector's edition vintage. When actually it's just a half bottle of regular cider. This takes me back. The first time I saw this view, I hadn't even taken on this form yet.
What?
It was about 2,600 years ago, before the world had come under the rule of the Seven. At that time, old Mondstadt was ruled by a tyrant, who sealed off the city's perimeter with a ferocious hurricane. Even the birds couldn't get in or out.
Old Mondstadt? Oh, Paimon remembers! Nowadays it's known as Storm Terror's lair, right? You mentioned it before.
That's right. The Tyrant of the Winds who once ruled from that tower was Decarabian, god of storms. Back then, I was but a wisp among the 1,000 winds. I wasn't a god of anything. I didn't even have a human form. I was just a tiny elemental being who lived in the wind, a gentle breeze bringing subtle changes for the better, or tiny seeds of hope.
A tiny elemental being? Without a human form? Venti, do you mean you used to look different than you do now?
That's what he's saying.
Yep. My current form is not so different from the situation with fake Stanley. I took the
Oh, I
form
almost
of a
forgot.
friend.
Venti is taking on the form of his
In
old friend.
Mondstadt transpired the story to be told, where a tyrant ruled. I met a boy, not that old.
Oh, here comes the rhyming.
The lyre he played, and for a song he sought. but storm walls blocked blue sky. He was sincerely distraught. "I do so wish to see the birds in flight," said he, his strong eyes filling with light. But his voice was lost in the howling wind's churn, for the whirlwind takes and gives not in return. The true sky and songs that cageless soar, were they not wishes worth fighting for? So the boy turned, extending his hand. "Let us cast down the tyrant and his walls from this land." The young boy raised then the flag of revolt, and I threw myself into freedom's tumult. Victorious were we who fought to be free. Gods fell, winds whipped, nations shook violently. In the smoke, a despot met his doom, and we watched as his great tower fell none too soon.
He died. Jesus Christ.
Mondstadt began anew, the story passed down, and since then never has another worn its crown.
This is so good. This is still very good.
So then what? What happened to your friend?
Same situation as with Stanley's friend.
Say, Paimon, do you wish to hear the next part of the story?
Yes, of course.
You're gonna have to wait 40 more years, ha! Come on, go pick us a couple of apples.
Now's the time you suddenly get a craving for apples?
Dilo's great grandfather.
Getting a little peckish or something.
Oh, so peckish.
Paimon's had it up to here with you.
You know, you're so smart it almost makes me uncomfortable sometimes. But then, maybe it's right that true friends can tell what the other is thinking.
Man, this is such a hype
Refreshing
quest.
drink,
The way this
gentle
ends,
breeze.
looking out
Moments
over
like
to
this
like
always
the
take me
giant
back.
tree.
Back to a song that I first heard from him.
This is such an evocative imagery. Like, this is so good. Like, I can't imagine. I can't tell you how I felt when I first saw this quest. It was like, oh my god. This is such a whimsical land that has so much history. I love it. And then eventually, as the game went on and the story dragged out, it kind of lost itself. No, it's just some dude with red hair. Yeah, that too. I'm listening.
Fly, fly away. Like a bird in the sky. See the world on my behalf. To the heavens may you fly.
Yeah, the way it ended it with... That was actually a very good use of the white words on the black background. That was the only time when I felt like that was appropriate. It was like such a good ending scene. The green-clad figure is uncharacteristically silent. Sometimes even the lissom wind grows heavy in its grief, but not that mortals could ever see. Could ever see a moment oh so brief. Wow. Insane. That was a great quest. Nice. All the Archon quests are very good. I think even Raiden Shoguns with Story Quest 1 and 2 completed were also very good. It was just that it had the first story quest and then it was separated from the second one by like, what, 4 months? 4 or 5 months? That was insane. Can't believe they did that. Did Furina ever get a story quest? I don't think she did. I don't remember Furina ever getting a story quest. What an F. Let's all pour one out for Furina. She really should have, even though she wasn't a real Archon. She only got one story quest. She did get one story quest, yes, I remember now. But it was like, it was her coming to terms with, like... It was basically an epilogue to the main story, and... I forgot what it was about. It was about her becoming an actor within the opera troupe, I think. And someone killed somebody else, but I don't remember it fully. I need to go play it again. This is why I'm doing this all over again. It's so good to look back on the past and see where we all went in the story. Alright, next story. Because I'll be honest, some of this stuff you probably forgot, right? There's no way all you guys remember everything. Even those of you guys who played through all of this very recently within the past year. Alright, Mona story. Beyond this world's stars. Astrology and the 50-year pact. You and Paimon went outside Liyue. intending to set off on an adventure. Oh, Mona's story is in Liyue. Wait. Huh. That's interesting. I didn't think that would be the case. I thought Mona was set in Mondstadt. That story is over 1,000 years old. Mona's just standing randomly on a ledge somewhere.
Finally.
She's using her censored outfit, which is really not that
I
censored.
almost fell asleep waiting. As usual, my predictions are correct.
I have absolutely no
You,
premonitions.
yes, you, come with me.
No recollections of this quest at all.
Are you
Nada.
some sort of door-to-door fortune teller? Sorry, but we're not really interested.
You're not from this world, are you?
She looks like a lot like Qingyi from Zenless Zone Zero. Even her like characteristics are kind of similar.
That.
How? Because I'm a master of true astrology. If you've no other questions,
T-Dew, that's the
let's
only thing I
begin.
remember. Oh, I'm just full of questions. For starters, who are you?
Fine. I'll exercise a little patience and explain. I am astrologist Mona Magistus, but considering that it is most rude to misremember names, I allow others to call me Mona.
Mona Magistus.
I am on a mission from my master to retrieve a certain box from Mondstadt. It was part of an agreement she made with a friend 50 years ago.
Interesting.
But she isn't as spry as she used to be, so now it's up to me.
This has a lot of consequences for what we're
Not
learning now
sure
about the
what getting
Hexen
some
Circle.
box back has to do with us. Why do you need us to come along?
Well, that's because I would also like to take on the Guardian of the Box. My master and her friend contended in the mystic arts all their lives without a clear victor. If I triumph here, then I will show myself to be superior to my master.
So you want to prove yourself superior, huh? So basically you want to look good.
What are you talking about? The main thing here is to use this chance to prove the power and status of astrology.
Oh yeah, I remember what you
Now,
said about
for
it.
my
What did I say
predictions,
about it?
I know that my master's friend has left Mondstadt, leaving her successor as the current guardian of that box. Like me, that successor must also be one who has surpassed their teacher. I must not be careless. But I would prefer to assure my victory in this contest, and upon giving it some thought...
I like how they're
begin
meeting a
tonight.
completely random person who never showed up in the main story, and they're just like, yeah, we'll help you. Because up until this point, Mona has never shown up in the main story. I don't think she has shown up in any of the main story. Insane. How did you end up thinking of me?
The knowledge passed down to me from my master must be passed on in
The
turn.
Hex? Yeah.
If I were to bring my disciple to meet her, then the lead is already mine, no? And you are Mondstadt's great hero, my equal in status. So,
I refuse.
come on, you don't actually have to become my disciple. You just need to act the part. There's something in it for you as well, should you come with me to get that box. Once I meet that successor and have a chance to exchange knowledge with them, I should be able to read your fate more accurately.
Does anybody
I have
actually use
answers
Mona
for you,
anymore in
even
like
regarding
combat?
Such distant and foggy matters
I know
as
that
gods
she's
and
not
kings.
built for Dendro,
That
but
does seem
could
much
she still
faster than
work?
searching the land country by country.
Well, I guess I'll play along.
A wise decision. That said, I would like to pay a certain place a visit before we go.
I have Mona, so why am I asking other people? No idea, because I don't want to actually play
There's a
Mona
small
myself.
inn near Mount Tianheng that
To figure it
never
out.
sees a lot of business, even though its food is always great value for the money. The owner has always been good to me, so I'd like to say a farewell before I set off.
Is she actually going off on an adventure? Is that why she's not part of the main story? I only use her in one team. That's one team more than I use her in. Whoa, this place is so pretty. It's so ass to actually explore. Liyue is almost as bad as Mondstadt when it comes to exploration. I have to find a Sealy from over here. Sealy, Sealy, where are you? Can I see it from over here? Over there? Over there? Where is my Sealy? No, I don't see no Sealy. There's a Sealy, it's not over here. Mr. Jew.
Well, it's no wonder that an inn set up here has no business.
Use elemental sight
Hold on. Oh, you've come at just the right time.
near the cup.
Did you see a jade ring while you made your way here?
Wait, does that actually work?
Jade ring.
Like if I actually use my elemental sight during at the cup, does it automatically show where it
That's
is?
not good.
Or are you just
That
telling me
ring
to
was
see,
given
look
to me by
around?
my mother.
It does?
But while my back was turned, it was swallowed up by a slime.
That should be no trouble with Mona here. She's really good at astrology.
Okay, I'll do that later.
Absolutely not. Astrology is meant to be used to gain insight into reality and observe destiny itself. It's certainly not for such mundane affairs.
But didn't you say that the owner here's been good to you?
This is a matter of pride and one's state of mind. If an astrologist thinks that their arts can solve all problems, they will be forsaken by the starry ether.
How did
Their
Mona
divination
become
will
so
lose the
popular
power to guide,
in
will
certain
not be
areas
able
of the
to face
fandom?
The fog of the unknown before them.
For what seems to be a
Principles
pretty
are
normal
principles.
story. I don't really have a very good...
Ability, and you don't use it to earn a living?
I don't remember Mona at all. It's kind of weird how popular she
Well, I
became.
was going to put up 20,000 mora as compensation, if you were willing.
20,000?
Yeah, you're broke. What's the look on your face?
Oh, it's nothing. I was just thinking that the person who
But it's
finds
funny
that
because
gift
at the
must
in the
be
summer
lucky
event, we
indeed
find out
to
that
be
she's
able
not
to
really
earn
even broke.
20,000 mora, just like that.
She's actually extremely wealthy. It's just that she spends all her money on book gacha. But I don't even have her in a team. Yeah. It turns out in the story that she's not even broke. She's actually extremely rich, but she spends too much money on books. You were just talking about an astrologer's pride. Whatever happened to principles are principles.
Yes, of course. Still, the owner's business has had it pretty hard. It must be a truly extraordinary ring to be worth spending this much more to find. It wouldn't be right for us to leave like this, so let's help to search for it. There may be other means we can employ besides astrology.
Oh, Paimon knows where this is going.
I know. I'll leave this one to you. This is the first mission I'm giving you as your master.
But of course, yes, it's become my business again.
Since it was swallowed up by a slime, maybe we can use elemental bait to lure all the nearby slimes to us. You remember the stuff we helped Master D-Luke make?
Wait,
And
did that happen in the main story?
Paimon actually kept a small amount.
Well done, Paimon. Don't tell me that when you got greedy, you ate it.
Don't sweat the small stuff.
Seems like you already have a plan.
Yep, we'll be back in a jiffy. The elemental bait's really strong. It will attract all the slimes in the area. Even if they're just slimes, they can be dangerous together, so we'd best prepare ourselves.
Why can't I not collect this? Oh my god, it's raining. Hello? It's raining. Okay. Oh, it does! What? Wait! I never realized this in 4 years of playing Genshin Impact.
Speed of light.
Wait. Was that always a thing? It can't be. No. No way, man. This is like when somebody told me you can press Alt and a number to instantly do to a character's ult. Like, this is mind breaking. This is actually crazy. I never realized this. I never found out about this in 4 years. Wow. Holy mother of Mo. They never explained this. How are you supposed to understand? How are you supposed to know about
As far
this?
as treasure is concerned.
You can do that on PC. Yeah, you just press Alt plus number and then you can do your alt without having to switch to that character. It's like you either press 1, 2, 3, 4 and then press like the Alt button, or you can just press Alt plus 1, 2, 3, 4. And then you immediately switch to that character and do the alt. I only found that out about like 8 months after I started playing the game.
Wait it down, poor. Nothing will get done.
Teamwork is dreamwork.
Anyways, things you realize sooner or later. God, this is actually mind-breaking. Like, this changes completely how I think about the game. It's such a basic thing. It's so important. So many times I saw a Sealy statue, and I was like, wait, that's too much trouble. I don't want to bother with this. It's way too much trouble finding out where it is. I'm just gonna leave it. Now I don't have to. Now I have elemental sight. Wow. Bounce. Bounce, bounce. One of these. I'm mobile, by the way. Well, I mean, on mobile it's much easier because you can just press your buttons faster on mobile, so it's not as bad. Wait, I'm doing electro damage. Oops. Oh shit. You're giving me all the enemies. Yeah. I very much admire and at the same time do not understand people who play on mobile. Unless that's the only device you have, I feel like it's probably just not very fun to play on mobile, honestly. Like oh my god, it's raining. Fuck. Fuck. Like, is there anybody who has the choice of playing on PC and PS5 versus mobile and actively choose to play on mobile?
Stand back. Incoming. Hey.
I have a laptop, but it's a Chrome. A Chromebook. That's not too bad. Bad timing to fight Crowd Slime, yeah.
Don't blink.
The world is against me. I love how Liu is one of the only places where it actually rains. I feel like none of the future regions, like after Liu and Mondstadt, actually has raining weather. Is it just me, or is like new regions don't have weather effects anymore?
Paimon wasn't having any bad thoughts.
Not to be a hater, just saying.
Let's bring the ring back to Mr. Zhu.
Old Genshin mechanic completely abandoned. No more weather effects. Unless it's like one of those weather effects that you can change. Roblox is weird. Chromebooks is just broken. Yeah, playing games on Apple is just, it can be weird. I feel like Apple products other than iPhones have really took a nosedive. Or even iPhones. I feel like Apple just became an iPhone company at some point. I don't know if you guys were alive when Apple wasn't an iPhone company. Like, they made, like, MacBooks and Mac PCs. And entire, like, gigantic PCs that are just Apple products. But now it's, like, iOS is everything now. Now it's just iPhones. iPhones started coming out when I was in high school. They were just these, like, little tablet things. Barely the size of my hand. Not even the size of my hand. I could hold it in my palm. And now they're gigantic beastly machines that barely change between iterations, but everybody buys them anyways. It's super frustrating. I had rain in Natland yesterday. Okay. Shows how much I know.
That's it. That's the one.
Windows is just better. I wouldn't say Windows is better. Windows can be very frustrating as well. Every time Windows updates, it kind of breaks my computer.
Mr. Zhu, you must take care of such precious things a bit better. You might not be so fortunate next time.
Yeah. One of my cousins still uses the original iPhone, or something close to it. It's like the iPhone 4.
253rd ring my mother gave me.
Nice. You have 253 rings. Insane.
No, let me explain. My family owns 3 jade mines.
They're like these tiny little
to
things that you can barely see the letters on.
Myself a good wife. My mother had many jade accessories.
Honestly, they were barely just iPods. Do you guys still remember iPods?
Then why would you feel the need to set up an inn here?
I bet you guys don't remember iPods.
Inheriting the family business too early unavoidably made things boring. Thank you, all the same.
Yeah, the original iPhone was barely an iPod. It was just like barely anything different.
Then I'll take it gladly.
That was quick. You want your money.
We did all the work.
A disciple should act like one. How can they steal their master's thunder?
I never said like even iPods with touchscreens were kind of like, and they weren't even touchscreens. They were just like touch sensors. You could use your thumb to scroll through. You could use your thumb to scroll through your music list, and you can watch videos on your iPod. That was like the heyday of like just video recording devices. It was so cool. Like just being able to scroll through your music with a touch. It's not even a touch screen. It's like a touch sensor, and then you could press your thumb on top of the iPhone, and there's like this little circle that you can, wheel your thumb around. That was the coolest shit back in the day, and now everybody has iPhones. Now iPhones just look like the way, I don't know if you guys know this, but a certain Miyazaki Hayao, the person who makes the Spirited Away movies, the Ghibli movies, he has this one saying about iPhones that really resonates with me, and it's that when everybody uses iPhones, it looks like they're masturbating. It looks like they're stroking their thumb up and down. It kind of looks like they're masturbating. I guess that applies to all touch phones, but iPhones in particular, it's always struck me as something very apt about iPhone users, because they're kind of just masturbating to their iPhones, because they obviously have paid way too much for it and they have to do that to, recoup their costs and feelings. I never said I'd really be your disciple.
Exactly.
Well, you need to start
I
practicing.
can understand why
If
people
my
want to
rival
be
is as
inside
smart
the
as I think they
Apple
are, they will figure you out
ecosystem,
in a heartbeat.
but so many people just buy iPhones because it's like the thing to do. They want iPhones because they like iPhones, because iPhones are iPhones. There's not like really any feature that they
What was
subscribe
that
to.
rumbling sound?
Oh, right. You mustn't have eaten in days. I'm very sorry. I forgot that you have no...
That didn't happen. Forget it. Well, I suddenly feel that you have indeed contributed to our
They're not
good
brain
fortune.
dead. Like, I know
So
some really
spend this
smart
money
people who
on
have
treating
iPhones.
You to a fine meal.
I don't want a
If we
meal.
travel north, we'll reach the Wongshu Inn.
I want Primo
I hear
Gems.
the food there is really good, so let's go try it out. No need to thank me. I'm just doing as a good master should.
I know some very smart people who
Did
have
she say she was
iPhones.
treating us? Is Paimon hearing things?
Yeah, no wonder I didn't remember anything about this quest. It's like a whole bunch of nonsense. Let's go after her. There, I said it for you.
Let's go after her for
I mean,
good
people
food.
that buy Apple because it's Apple. I mean, at this point, it's more about the brand than it is about the product. It's like having Louis Vuitton, or whatever you want, however you want to call it or pronounce it. I don't even know how to say Louis Vuitton. Is that how you pronounce that? Like, my grandma is one of those old people who are very brand conscious, and sometimes she would just like, back in the day, she would just carry around like a Louis Vuitton handbag because, it's cool. That's kind of the kind of people who buy Apple products sometimes these days. Wait, it's all the way down there. Oh shit, I'm gonna die. Not. No. Amazing. Look at all the different mountains in the distance. Amazing game.
Since it's Mona's treat, we can order whatever we want, right?
Of course. I am a most generous master, after all. But only if you can finish it all. Wasting food simply will not do.
I remember this quest.
Excuse me.
I
what
have
would you
no
like to order?
recollection. I don't remember anything about Mona. I know more about Mona from things I see about Mona off screen, off the game, outside of the game, than in the game. I don't think she did anything in the game except for, like, show up in Fontaine. These golden shrimp balls. I love golden shrimp balls, by the way. If you guys have ever had golden shrimp balls, excellent dish.
These are made using large, succulent shrimp wrapped in crispy fried potatoes.
I buy everything that
They
make her
have
broke.
An amazing texture.
Wait, I get to choose more? Bamboo shoot soup, also excellent dish.
This is a favorite among
This is
our
actually
regulars.
super expensive.
Bamboo shoots,
I always get
meat,
it when
and
I
ham
go
are
out
cooked
for like
together, creating a richly
go out
flavored
for
soup.
meals with my grandmother,
Pour a few
or at least I
spoonfuls
used to.
into each bowl of rice you eat. You'll never get enough of it.
As for the vegetarian abalone, okay, that's not a thing. You can't have vegetarian abalone.
It's exactly what it says on the label. Abalone made from vegetarian ingredients.
Why would you want
It's
vegetarian
just as
abalone?
good as
It's
the
like
real
barely
thing.
sentient. It's not sentient. Abalones aren't sentient. They're barely animals. They're just like veggies. They're like They are like vegetarian meat because they're barely meat at all. They're just like vegetables except in meat form. I thought those were only in Genshin. No, no, no. All of this is real Chinese food. Like crab roe tofu. All of this is real food.
Though tofu
You can
could
buy
not
all of
be a
these in
more
like actual
ordinary
Chinese
ingredient,
restaurants.
It and crab roe are truly a match made in heaven.
Like,
It's one of
I can
my
show you.
specialties.
Golden shrimp ball. Yeah, these are real food. This is real. Oh my god. I have to go right Chinese Jing Sha Qiu. Yeah. This is real Chinese food. I've had this all the time. Well, not all the time because they're super expensive, but I love this stuff. Popularized by, oh, I had that before. I would have this every single day if I could. But it's so expensive. Like, shrimp itself is also just expensive now, so it's like, just getting shrimp. Like, getting shrimp of this size is, like, pretty expensive, man. Like, one of these things costs, like, $4 or $8, depending. Man, I want this stuff so bad. I'm so... Well, there's already food in the kitchen, but I want this specifically. Anyways. And I would always... not always have this when I go back to Taiwan. It's usually just when I'm with my grandmother. I don't even really ask for it. She just, like, makes this for me because I don't exactly know why. I think she knows I like it. So, yeah. And then we go out to restaurants and buy this sometimes as well. But it's been a long time since that's happened. Like, the last time that's happened was, like, almost more than 2 years ago. Yeah. It's basically just shrimp. If you want to know what it tastes like, it's actually kind of sweet and chill. It's got, like, this chili pepper... Not chili pepper, but sweet chili kind of feeling. Kind of taste. With some, like, wasabi. Not wasabi, but it's basically, like, mayonnaise. They kind of dip it in something like mayonnaise. And then they fry it with chili... like, sweet chili powder kind of type sauce. I don't know how to describe it, but it's sweet and it has chili flavor, and it also has like mayonnaise flavor, and it's all dipped inside this like sauce that they then fried in, and yeah, that's basically just what golden shrimp balls taste like. You could probably find this out for yourself, you know, because golden shrimp balls, I'm pretty 99% sure somebody who covers Genshin Impact food has actually made it before. Yeah. People have covered this before, Chef Mar. Oh, this guy has not uploaded in a long time, but back when he did, he made a lot of Genshin Impact food. What about Mori Kitchen? Oh, she's still uploading. Damn. Look at all this good food. Damn, I'm so jealous. I'm so hungry. But yeah, people have made golden shrimp balls before. It's not a Genshin Impact thing. Almost everything in Genshin Impact is not really a Genshin Impact thing. It's just something Genshin Impact cribbed off of something else. It's a bit crunchy. Yeah, it is crunchy. It's like a tiny bit crunchy, but it's mostly just the mayonnaise. It's like the little sprinkling they have on top of it. They don't actually put it in batter. If they did, it would taste awful. I'll order all of them.
All of them? We only have 3. No, 2.5 people? Isn't that too much food?
That's not how you count it. Besides, Paimon hasn't even ordered yet. Squirrelfish, Juyu chili chicken, and jewelry soup, please.
Sure. And is there anything else you'd like to order, ma'am?
I'd just like to ask, how much do the current dishes cost in total?
Around 20,000 mora.
Then...
20,000 more, that's like 3 ley
I'll
lines.
just have some vegetarian noodles, please.
Everyone be
All
sneak
right.
dissing
A bowl of
Paimon.
vegetarian noodles,
That's the
was it?
best kind of Paimon
Please wait a
interaction, just
moment.
dissing Paimon
We'll
all
serve
the
you
time.
shortly.
Every time Paimon speaks, somebody should tell her to shut up.
Paimon's been thinking.
You know what would be
about
awesome?
something
What if we
since
get a
you
permanent
started
pet in
eating.
Natlan? And the permanent pet in Natlan is kind of like, I don't know, is it kind of like a parrot? and it'll just say mean things about Paimon the entire time, and we have it as a permanent pet. That would be amazing. Why does she only order one dish?
Is it? Because she actually doesn't have money?
I heard that. I said I was treating. How could I be rattled by something as mundane as Mora? An astrologist's mind is set on studying the stars. Being so easily disturbed by such banal matters would hamper my judgment. Especially the act
Commentator's
of
gonna go
overly
crazy if that
gratifying
exists.
oneself
What if you
even
could
more.
record yourself
It is both
dissing
vulgar
Paimon, and then you could like make the parrot Pokemon speak in your voice every so often?
and dangerous.
That would be amazing.
So, not eating the dishes we ordered is.
I wonder if
also
they're going to
part of the
reveal more
strategy,
Pokemon in
right?
Natlan. What if they reveal more
get it.
Pokemon in Natlan in the
What if
future
he's
patches?
gonna
Or have they
have it when
revealed
we
all of them
decide to
by
feast?
now? Because I do feel like one of the things I'm afraid about Natlan is that they reveal too much too soon, because there's not going to be a map expansion in 5.1. So I hope that in 5.2 and 5.3 and in future expansions, I hope that more of 5.x patches are more focused on Natlan, because I really don't give a fuck about the other regions right now, like except for maybe Fontaine. Like, I know there's going to be like a Chinese Lantern New Year event, and that'll be cool and all, but I don't think they're going to add more to Liu at this point. I think there's maybe one more expansion left with like port something something. I don't know. It's like some kind of forge, but it's like, okay, one more Liu character and that's it. But I don't really, you know, maybe Mondstadt too. They're definitely going to do something with Mondstadt. But I hope that they focus more on Natlan is basically what I'm saying, because I feel like Natlan is going to be super cool. I feel like Natlan is definitely the most original nation out of all of the different nations so far. It actively feels different from the other nations. It's like, why don't they just focus on this good thing instead of... I feel like Natlan just looks kind of small right now. Do you get that feeling when you're exploring Natlan that it's too small? Because that is a little... That part of Natlan that we have right now feels smaller than what we got in 4.0 for Fontaine. Like, it feels like they're going more vertical, but there's only so much you can do vertically, right? It still feels like a very small place. 5.1 is mostly going to be a lot of events. I hope that they know what they're doing and that it keeps people's interests, because usually map expansions are what people care about in Genshin. Let me whip something up for you.
Oh, yes, we can do that. Just give us a minute. You don't use more to fulfill your desires, so it's fine as long as you're not buying anything, right?
Looking for the innkeeper
Let's go
and borrow
borrow
the kitchen to make a
from the
Bona
innkeeper.
dish. Okay. Let's do that. John Ling. John Lee's secret brother.
Something from A to B.
Did you just speak? You're wearing a sword.
Peak season, nothing will sell.
That's so negative. You shouldn't be so negative. You're in Jollyland. You're in Genshin World.
There's no need to spend all that effort on me.
It's just
I'm
our
not
live
in
stream today,
dire
yeah.
need of
I'm going to
food.
be streaming
I am a little hungry.
Dark Iron Forge.
But it's not a big deal.
Yeah, the live stream, I'm definitely going to be streaming it, so I'm going to be taking a break probably after this stream, and then I'll come back and then I'll probably do some HSR stuff. I'm pretty excited for the HSR stream, to be honest, because I feel like Fei Xiao is like low-key the best design they have in Genshin in Honkai Star Rail so far. I wasn't too big a fan of Acheron, because she feels like I'm not one of those guys who are like, oh my god, she's so revealing, that sucks. It's more the fact that she's revealing and she looks like Sila's sister that kind of pisses me off. So I feel like the thing that they're doing with Fei Xiao in terms of her design with like this overcoat, I feel like whatever they did with her suit is just like matches my taste so well.
Hello.
It's kind of
How may I
insane
help
how well it matches my taste. I feel like I might have to like spend a tiny bit on that banner, but I don't want to put any more money into these games, but I don't know. Maybe they'll show more 5-star characters. Dark Iron Sword. Oh, I see. I don't remember 3 stars, I'm sorry. A friend of mine would like to eat a special dish.
Ah, I see. In that case, sure.
I
As long
don't
as
think
you
there will
prepare
be
your own
any
ingredients,
other
feel free
5
to
stars
use the
for
kitchen. If I may,
5.6. No, I
since you
mean
must be well versed
2.6.
in the art of cooking, yes?
I think that we will have our first slow banner for Honkai Star, which is good because it slows down, you know, how much power creep there is, but it probably won't that much. It might also be just a a faster patch, so it's gonna be shorter. They could also do that. It could just be like a 3-week patch instead of a 6-week patch. They could always do that. Of course, if I make it, it's delicious. Not really. You must be well versed in the art of cooking. Yes, no, not at all.
How humble of you. Actually, I have a little suggestion. From your clothes, you're most likely not from around these parts. But since you've come to Liyue, would you like to try making Liyue-style cuisine? I have a recipe for golden crab with me. It's a Yue cuisine classic. It's crab meat that's been rolled in flour, deep fried, and then pan fried together with ginger and
Yeah, I've
garlic.
had that too.
When you finally plate it up, the crab seems to be lying on gold.
Golden crab.
There's some crab that you can fry to the point where they're so crunchy, they're basically like chips. And that's basically what I dream about when I hear people talking about eating crab, because I don't really actually like crab meat that much. That sounds a little complicated. Like, there's so little meat in crab, and they're so condensed that when you just break open the crab and you like take out all the meat, it's like one little strip of meat. It's so underwhelming. I hate crab. Like, especially when it's like a whole crab and you have to like tear it apart to get inside the meat. No thank you. Learning a whole new dish for Mona's sake sake. I thought that was sake for a second. Sake is a bit.
Golden crab! Golden crab!
I got a golden crab.
Then let's get to it. With your skills in the kitchen, this'll be a cinch.
Oh, there's more world quests I should be doing. Book. Recipe. Golden crab. Let's go. Where's the golden crab? I don't see it. Jewelry soup, crispy croissant combo, sticky honey roast. Maybe I should be using some of these for domain runs. Oh, golden crab. I don't have milk or salt. That's salt. Okay, that's sugar. How do I make salt? Where's the salt? Or was that sugar? That was salt. Where do I get salt? Sold at General's Good Shops? Damn it, guys. I have to actually go buy stuff? Are you kidding me? Like, where? They would never do this in new Genshin Impact stories. They would never make me work for story stuff in new Genshin. Do you sell sugar or salt? Yes, you do. Thank you. I have 8,284,830 more. Jesus Christ. Okay, let's buy 100 of these. Let's buy 100 of these. And 100 of these. Milk. I have 4, so 96 of these. Tomato. I already have 5, so 95. Buy salt. I didn't realize you had to like actually go buy it yourself. That's insane. I thought you could just like cook it or something. You could cook salt. I don't think you can actually cook salt. I think that's... You have to like sift salt from like the sea or something. I wonder if that's how it works in Teyvat. Do they have like sea salt? Or do they grow salt in like a swamp or something? Ever since the Triple Crown Hutao, I'm broke ever since you Triple Crown. I still have not gotten a single Hutao. I heard that Hutao is actually still just better than Arlecchino. Is that true? Okay, I think I have everything. Back to Wangshui Inn. It's kind of wild how the only major power creep was such a power creep. I feel like they really made a mistake with Nivelette. Golden crab. Where are you? Golden crab. Let's make one of you guys. Nice. Wait. Give the golden crab to Mona. Are we just cooking her something out of pity? Or is there any like a point to all of this?
There's
There's no need to spend all that effort on me. I'm not in dire need of food. I am a little hungry, but it's not a big deal.
Wait, I'll eat it. You can starve. Thank God, I was feeling hungry. I'm kind of not. I'm not. I feel like I want food, but I'm not hungry in real life. That's always been a problem.
This aroma is...
Something to go with your noodles, your special order, ma'am. Are you guys excited about Sunday, by the way? Because Sunday is going to be another Harmony character. I think he's going to be Imaginary Ice Harmony.
I must, with great difficulty,
I feel like we're pretty full on Harmony characters. I wonder what niche.
Too delicious. I have never eaten anything this good.
I wonder what niche Harmony Sunday is going to be. I heard that he's going to be a summon support character.
I am most comforted.
So maybe he'll buff Jingyuan finally. Jingyuan will get his like 6th buff in a row, even though it's realistically still won't make him as good as Akron in like E0. So that's gonna be funny. But as summon support, that's interesting because a lot of the summons don't actually go together very well. Like, I don't think that it's like, yeah, Jingyuan and Topaz, they're both like follow-up attackers, but they don't really go that well together. So it'll be interesting to see how that pans out. Maybe he'll become the best in slot for some summon units. I don't know, are there any other summon units besides Jingyuan and Topaz? I don't remember. It's basically just those two, right? Anyways. As long as you're eating a full meal, you see that, but you're clearly relishing the meal.
I see that it's no boast to call them Liyue's delicacies. I suppose it wasn't too much to spend all this mora on. Ah, it's nothing. Nothing at all. Now that we've eaten
I don't play
and drank
HSR
our fill,
anymore.
we should be off.
When did you stop?
North from here, we should
I know
reach the stone
Radica
gate,
also stopped
and
before
from there, we will be
before
within the boundaries of Mondstadt.
before Penacony.
What deep mystery shall we acquire knowledge of?
It feels like a lot of people who play Genshin don't like playing Mondstadt. Don't like playing Honkai Star, and a lot of people who like playing Honkai Star don't like playing Genshin. Which is good because it means that Hoyoverse is diversifying. Gacha Smack was criticizing Zenless Zone Zero for having too similar of a player base to Genshin Impact and the other Hoyoverse games, but I think eventually people will realize that, yeah, they like one game more than the other, and they'll just basically just divide into their own separate player bases. What other games, especially gacha games, do you guys play though? I play all the ones by Hoyoverse so far, except for Honkai Impact 3rd. Even Honkai Impact 3rd I played a little bit.
That was tiring, but we're finally in Mondstadt. The quest to plumb the wondrous depths
I don't find
of
turn-based too
knowledge
fun,
is
yeah.
indeed arduous.
I think people are overestimating how different the different
That's
Hoyoverse
because you
player bases are.
Well, it doesn't look
Like
your
every time I
strategist
go
is all
to
that amazing either.
every time I go to Honkai
That's
Stario
because you
subreddit
have too many
or
unrealistic fantasies about astrology.
Discord, people are just shitting on Genshin.
Are you also resting your
It's really
feet here?
funny. Tyler, what's up?
Who are you?
I missed you. Who are you though?
Oh, my brothers and I are all merchants. We just finished doing business in Liyue, and we're preparing to head back to Mondstadt. You look rather tired. The cart we hired will be coming in a while. What say you to coming along for the ride?
Do I need to pay?
No need, no need. We're already heading that way anyway.
There's no need. Now shoo, get out of our way.
Huh? Miss, is there something wrong?
Cease your pretensions, bandit. Picking up people on the road who appear vulnerable, robbing them blind once they've gotten on the cart, and then taking them to some Archon-forsaken place. Is that your deal?
What are you saying? We came over here to make conversation.
Mono has a
And
very
this is how
interesting
we're
accent.
rewarded? With insults? If you don't want to get on, don't. Crazy girl.
Well then, shall I tell you now which objects you have on you that are stolen? If you have any quibbles, we
I
can
feel
bring
like
people to corroborate
Honkai
what I've
Star is
said, and
barely a
all will
turn-based
come to
game.
light.
It's more like a zero
If I
turn
lose,
game because you
I'll
just
pay you
press the auto button
20,000
and then you
more.
still you
But
can
if
just
I
watch the game
win,
play
then
itself.
You'll be eating prison rations and leave
Eventually, it
hard
becomes
times.
a watching
How
game.
about it? If you're real legitimate businessmen, there's nothing to fear, is there?
You...
She sounds old.
You've pushed it too far, brat.
She kind of sounds hot.
I don't know how you found out, but as long as we get rid of you, no one will have to know.
Yeah, she's playable. That's not happening. You'll not touch her.
Don't fret, it's just a few bandits.
Except in a
You
couple of
said earlier that
dojins.
there was nothing amazing about astrologists? Well then, This is a good time to show you what your master can do.
Another test subject.
Look at you!
Look, I'm a good Moda main. I splash around. This is actually kind of cool. That's pretty cool, I guess.
Let's light it up! Speed of light! Hey! Shadows
Do
of
one of
fate.
this.
I'm here.
Don't blink!
Okay.
Incoming!
Nice. How are you not dead yet? There's more. Holy shit.
Cut to the chase!
Wrong
Fate is
order.
upon you. I'm going in! Don't blink! What did you think? Did that satisfy your expectations?
Your combat abilities were amazing. Not true. It's impressive that you saw through those bandits. Also not true, but I'll go with this one.
Such things are elementary for an astrologist. Lies are worthless before astrology. Destiny and
She's so
truth are
stuck
written
up.
in the stars.
How does she become
Though it
so
may take
popular?
more time
Jesus
to go into the
Christ. There's only one
specifics,
reason,
I
one
can
reason
read
only.
the gist of a situation at a glance.
But
There
you
is
did
only
hit some
one
bumps in
reason.
the road.
And they
That's
removed
because
like half the
Tibet's
reason
stars can
when
only
they
display
censored
the
her.
fates and truths of this world.
Although she is still
Anything
pretty
related
revealing,
to
let's be
you
honest.
becomes like a fog that even I cannot penetrate.
Yeah, I think there's a good reason why I don't remember this quest. I
That is
just
why I
don't
was
feel
Mihawk's
that great
successor.
about this kind of character
With our
archetype.
knowledge
The little
combined,
short,
I
like,
might be
arrogant
able to gain
girls,
new insight
not
into
my
your
thing.
fate.
I feel like a lot of people like these like little short arrogant girl archetypes. Like a lot of people like Sparkle and Honkai Star as well. I never understood that. Never understood. I'm not getting my hopes up. Sparkle didn't even do that much in the story. Holy shit. I'm a little excited. Not really.
Whatever the case, you've got everything to gain from this trip. All right, I'm rested. Let's get this journey to Mondstadt over with.
If only we had a cart.
I thought you weren't tired.
Okay. To Mondstadt. Let's go.
Are you ready? Don't shame your master now. We're about to meet that successor.
I can't read the stars.
I guess. Wait, no. It won't do if you have no idea at all.
I can't
Even if
believe
you are
people
a
who
fake
play Mona's
disciple.
quest now, though,
We have
will
a
never
rule
be
that
able to
forbids us
experience her
from
actual
teaching
event quest,
outsiders.
which is way better than her
suppose-
current quest, let's be
I
honest.
suppose I could teach you. My astrology is based on hydromancy, and as the name suggests, I use the reflections in water bodies to observe the true
I've heard
starry
rumors
sky.
that eventually they're going
Allow
to
me
start bringing
demonstrate.
back past
Watch
events.
closely now. From the
I have
present
heard
station
rumors
and
about that.
movement of the stars,
I don't know how reliable they
I
are.
see. So that successor is a young, female Knight of Favonius.
Jean. So hopefully in the future they'll bring back past events. I don't know if the... What do they mean by bring back past events though? Because ideally they would make all past events choosable as like permanent content. But I would be really disappointed if they brought back past events in replacement of current events or new ones. I think that would be horrible.
Well,
Because that would just be
that's all
less
the
content.
information we need.
I haven't had a chance to look yet.
It seems that even basic astrology can't be grasped in one go. Never mind, I'll explain in detail later. She's here.
Wow, it's you, Mr.
Oh, never mind, it's
Honorary
Klee.
Knight. And Paimon too, you're back.
Like I would be okay with them bringing
successor to
back
great
the
knowledge.
second summer. Oh, is this like a reference to her mother? Maybe she's thinking about her mother. So I was thinking that they would give us a list of like quests to choose from, except those quests would be the summer events or just previous events in general. That's ideally what would happen. And maybe we would have a system like the current character story quest where we have to use keys to unlock them so that we don't do them all at once. But there's also the chance that they would just bring them back as like seasonal events. And so like this season will be the first Summer Island event, and the next season will be the next Summer Island event. And I think that would be horrible because they would essentially just be using them as new seasonal content or patch content without having to make new ones. There must be some mistake.
Successor?
That's right. I am the astrologist who has plumbed the depths of the ocean of stars. Surely you have long calculated my arrival as well.
An ocean of stars? What's that? Does it have fish in it?
Fish? No, don't play dumb. Is this some kind of game?
I should be the one saying that. I didn't get what you said at all.
We're getting nowhere fast.
But my predictions can't be mistaken. Well, let's make sure. Your mother's name is Alice, isn't it?
He knows.
That's right. Oh, so you're Mommy's friend.
Is this the first time we've
But
heard of
she's gone
Alice?
Very far away.
Not sure. Maybe they mentioned her during Clay's quest and
My
I just didn't
readings
notice.
told me as much. But before she left, she must have imparted her mystical arts to you, surely.
Mystical arts? I don't get it. Mommy only taught me to make Jumpy Dumpties. So Glee's mother is the friend and rival of Mona's teacher?
Yes. As well versed in astrology as she was, my master knew only astrology. Alice, on the other hand, was skilled in a great many other mystical fields.
Well, Glee's so young. So even if she'd heard this deep knowledge, she might not have understood.
Yes. It seems she has inherited the blood, but not the knowledge. What a miscalculation. There can be no contest like this. Ah, yes. So before Alice left, did she tell you about a 50-year agreement and about a certain box?
Oh, I know this one. So you're here for that box. I'll look. Wait here.
She's like,
Not this one.
why do they have a book out while it's raining?
Or this one.
I don't think that's how books work.
No, it's not this one either. Ah, I remember now. I buried it together with my new treasure at Windrise.
It's a bomb again, isn't it?
Wait for me. I'll be right back. Clee, don't you
We couldn't name the little guy Paimon, but we could name him
I'll help
Mabuika.
her pack these things back.
Sustal.
You go after her.
Yeah, I don't think Mabuika is going to
How
be the
rash
name she
is,
uses
I
when she's
worry for the
playable.
box.
It'll be some dumbass, like simple ass name like Sarah, but in Natlan language. So it's gonna be like, I don't know. I actually don't know what the Natlan version of it would be because I'm not familiar with like Latin names, like Latin American names and West African names. I named my Pokemon Hitmonchan. Actually, Hitmonchan was one of my least favorite Pokemon back in the day. Is Hitmonchan like? Wait a second. I want to hit. Just so I don't get it mixed up. Hitmonchan. I don't know why I called it Hitmonchan. It's Hitmonchan. Yeah, Hitmonchan is actually one of the good ones. Never mind. It's the Geodude that I didn't like. Geodude was such an ugly ass character. I thought it looked like a turd. Anyways.
That box is really important.
Mabuika sounds like a normal
What happened
name.
to it?
Not the
I wouldn't
demon
be
god
able
name
to
to me.
report back to that old crone.
Maybe Mona is protecting the book with her Hydro? Doubt it. She's not protecting anything. She's protecting her money to buy more books. Maybe this is why she always buys new books, because she just ruins them all the time. Alright. I think Mabuika sounds like a formal name. Maybe that's just me. I don't know what Mabuika means, though. Let me check. What is Mabuika? No, not now. Why would you need to know my fucking location for Mabuika? God, I fucking hate Google.
Let's go find some treasure.
About Mabuika. The Pyro Archon is the most respected figure in all of Natlan. I really admire her. Not only because she's the Pyro Archon, but because she looks super cool when she surfs. I've challenged her to a race. Are we finally going to get summer skins? Please let it be a thing. Mavuika may be named after the Maori fire deity Mahuika, who is typically depicted as female. She is the wife of Auahitūroa, the god of comets and origin fire. She is the figure from which the hero Maui obtained the secrets of making fire. So I don't think that's like a real name. I think that's just her title. God of War. Pyro Natlan. We don't know what her like demon name is. It's probably not Mavuika, but I just don't feel like Mavuika would be playable. I just don't. Maybe Mavuika is like Rex Lapis, probably. Rex Lapis is not his demon name. It's like, what is John Lee's demon name again? It's Morax. Oh my god, I almost forgot. This has to be the work of Dendro Slimes. Remember when Dendro Slimes couldn't use Dendro abilities? And it didn't have any Dendro reactions? That was pretty cool. They finally added Dendro and the Dendro Slimes could do Dendro things. I wish they would add more versions of the Slimes. Like, there's only so there's so few Slimes. I wish they would update the older enemy designs with newer ones. Like, give us a newer version of the Hydro Slimes and Dendro Slimes and all these other Slimes. Maybe have a slime that can transform into other Slimes. I don't know. Just some thoughts. Dendro Slimes must have done this.
It can't be. I put a sign here. There's no mistake. Ah! Dendro Slimes!
Yep, Dendro Slimes. Blow them up.
We can talk later. Let's take them out
Mimic
first.
Slime. Like Ditto. Yes, exactly. We kind of already have that in Fontaine, to be honest.
Let's light it up.
Anyways.
Off we go.
They just burned to death. Interesting. Oh, yeah, I forgot. The burning doesn't last forever.
Adventure time. Let's light it up.
The little ones don't burn, though.
Everybody
That's annoying. It's only the big one that burns. The other ones don't burn for some reason. Because they don't have a Dendro aura. I never noticed this. The little ones don't have a Dendro aura. That's annoying.
Sword comes shadow. Incoming.
Found it! It's this box. Glad it wasn't damaged in the explosions. Retrieval complete. Let's bring it back.
I forgot, but is there a specific name for this tree? A monumental stone statue that watches over Mondstadt. Legends say it is sculpted on the image of the Anima Archon. Seeds brought by the wind will grow over time. The statue silently anticipates the arrival of a noble soul, while the thousands of winds of time will soon unfold anew. Is this really just called Windbrise? What is the name of this tree? Is it just called the Windbrise tree? I forgot. There's probably a specific name for it. I don't know. It's the Windbrise tree. This is one of the greatest, like, the Windbrise is probably one of the greatest places in terms of vibes and feels in the entirety of Genshin Impact. Mondstadt is actually so great. Like, it looks super basic, but it's such a good starting zone. It's probably one of the best starting zones in any video game
The wait
ever.
was exceedingly dull. I had intended to read a book to pass the time, but this one was just some ridiculous diary. Nothing of note in it at all. It dropped from Klee's backpack, so I thought it might contain some ancient knowledge, but... Never mind that. So, did you find the box?
We did. It's in perfect shape.
That's wonderful! Wait a moment. Why isn't it locked? And why is it empty?
Huh? Well, it's because I borrowed this box to store my treasures.
Borrowed?
But since you're here for the box, I took all my treasures out. That's why it's empty.
Leah's such a troll.
Used it to store your things? Then where are the original contents of
Simple
the box?
Mondstadt's hero. That's the
want.
name.
Oh,
That's a very
you want
long
the thing
name for
that
tree.
Used to be in the box? You should have said so.
I hope Vanessa shows up in that land.
You
I really
haven't
do.
broken it, have you?
No, it's not broken at all. It's the book in your hand.
What?
Or Bennett.
This.
Yeah.
So this book,
I read a leak that said that Yansan or somebody was like Bennett's sister. I don't know if that's trolling.
The thing she wanted back
But
after
Vanessa, I
50
really
years
want them
was
to
the
tie the
dark
old lore.
history of her youth?
Dark 50 years of dark history of her youth.
I'm finished. No wonder that old woman said I should not look at it no matter what, or she'd rip
It's
me
not
to
too far
shreds.
off because we already have 2 Shield Cryo characters.
Am I in trouble?
Do we have? Oh yeah, we do.
It was you who said you wanted the box.
But what does that have to do with anything? We have that girl from Sumeru.
I don't know anything. I'm leaving. Bye.
We have Layla and we have Diona. Those are the 2 Shield Cryo characters, right? What does that have to do with anything? There's no point in getting mad at Klee.
Well,
Read my message
if
above.
you don't
Slime
say
usually prevote the Archon
your
story.
master won't find out,
The
will
Pyro
she?
Slam can power up and
Impossible.
glow just like Mabrika. I
Astrology
wonder
can
if the
see through
Tsaritsa
all
could
lies.
shield
You've
too.
seen it
Great shield
yourself.
too. The leaks I've read said that
After having spent all my mora to come to
Mabrika
Mondstadt,
is like,
not only have I gained no knowledge,
I don't know, I don't
but
trust
now I
leaks
can't
anymore.
return. How did it come to this?
That's so sad. Maybe you could forget everything in
Bennett,
that book
Yansa, and
then
Kachina
go
are
back.
part of the same tribe. Oh, seriously? Maybe I should maybe I should do a Natland
Too
run with
difficult.
Bennett.
And even if I wanted to stay in Mondstadt, it would
What
be...
if Bennett got extra like Natland powers after Natland? What if you had to do like a specific quest in Natland to unlock Bennett's? What if Bennett got a second story quest? Did he ever have an original story quest? I feel like he did. I don't know why, but I feel like he did. No, it's because of Razor, right? He showed up in Razor's quest. Too expensive?
Yes. I mean, no. You really have
They
no
really need to
influence.
find a way to make 4-star characters more relevant in the story
just have
without
to go back
hangouts.
and
Because I
face
feel like
the
nobody does hangouts anymore.
Stop talking about it. I guess I'll have to... I'll just have to stay in Mondstadt temporarily. Once that old crone's reached the end of her days, I'll be free.
An intimidating resolution. Wait, so her master's not dead? Who is her master, by the way? Is it like Nicole?
But what will I do about my astrology research?
They need to make
No,
the Hexen
wait,
Circle actually
I
show
don't even have a
up, man.
place to stay.
At the end of Natland Archon Quest, there's a non-0% chance that Benny could play a huge part in Natland.
Let's see if she can help.
Amazing. That actually gets me more excited for the
Adventurers
quest.
Guild? Ah, right. You can do commissions for them in exchange for... well, you know what I mean.
Making use of older characters is something Genshin really needs to do more often. That was always the plan.
Oh, thanks. Never mind, it's nothing.
The worst thing about Genshin is like the transience of the characters. The fact that so many of the characters just disappear into the ether. They need to start releasing new characters and release more like new versions of older characters. Maybe that's just me, I don't know.
Don't blink.
I'm just musing to myself. The very small chance. I gotta go. Alright, Maxer Boy, I'll see you guys later. Okay. There goes a third of my viewers. I'll be back in like 30 minutes, okay. Wait, where am I supposed to go? Oh, Catherine.
Ad Astra Abyssosk.
Shut up. About Mona's background and her quandary.
I see.
Do you think if Capitano is a bad
understand
guy
the
in the story?
situation.
No. I feel like all the
There's a magic
Harbingers from now on
laboratory
are going to
in
be good
Mondstadt that has
guys.
been sealed by some unknown person. Although we have a few specialists who could break the seal, they all have their own labs and aren't that interested in the matter. I believe that if the astrologist you mentioned can break the seal, the owner of that house wouldn't mind if she
Oh yeah, I
stayed there.
remember now. At the end of Mona's quest, she literally just gets a house. That's funny. I think she can do it.
All right. Then allow me to tell you where the house is.
What if by the end of the Natland quest, because I've already seen the rumors that like Capitano loses in the current fight with Mavuika, but what if by the end of the quest he actually becomes like stronger than Mavuika and then wins like the tournament or whatever happens in my headcanon, and then she's like, oh my god, I'm now the new ruler of Natland. Headcanon speaking, but essentially what I'm saying is what if Capitano is actually the protagonist of Natland's story? Yeah, I feel the same way too. I think that Capitano is not the bad guy, just like Arlecchino. I feel like the only true bad guys will be the Doctor.
Is by no means simple.
The Doctor and the
Making
guy
a
with
seal by force
glasses.
is nigh on impossible. Interesting.
The guy who like runs money.
Suppose it's worth
The
using
bank
my
stuff.
astrology on. Let me see. I see. So if you first, and then you.
I feel like the harbingers, the remaining ones, will turn on the other harbingers. I do hope that there are at least like one or two like super evil harbingers though. Like the ones that actually, who are like the extremists of the group.
We just need to go back to Catherine and you'll be able to stay here.
Yeah, sure.
No need, no need. You have my utmost thanks.
Okay, I believe this is the end of the quest.
Oh, I'm Goth, the owner of this house. I passed by the Adventurers Guild a while back and
I don't know about the
Catherine
dwarf guy.
told
I feel
me
like the
about
dwarf guy is ugly, so he's gonna be
I
evil.
never thought
That's
this
how Hoyoverse
troublesome
works.
seal would be dispelled so quickly.
The Harbinger robot girl
mean I
cuts
can
her
stay
servant's tongue because she was angry at them.
Of course.
I mean, they're just robots,
the
right?
facilities inside were just
So it doesn't really
being left
matter.
there anyway.
Look, robots don't have
I would
rights.
be glad to have someone make use of them. To express my thanks, I shall rent this building to you at the lowest possible price.
$12,000 per month.
Rent? I didn't hear anything about rent, and I helped out too.
Yes, of course, I understand. I am most thankful to you for that. So rest assured that I will give you the best rates.
Yeah, and this is how the quest ends.
I mean,
Paimon thinks Mona's misunderstood something.
This might be her best option. Save a little here, scrimp a little there, and you'll be fine.
I guess I don't have any other choice. I'll rent this place.
Great! Then we are agreed. I will go prepare the documentation. Please wait here.
Thanks for your help. Also, well, I'm very sorry, but
I feel like this is probably the biggest nothing quest.
just yet. Without the necessary
I do
tools
feel like this is the
without the
biggest
knowledge,
nothing quest of
it will take me some
Mondstadt.
time to see your
I remember
destiny
having a
clearly.
better time with Eula's
But
quest
I
as well.
promise that I'll do a reading for you
And
first
Albedo's,
thing
obviously.
Once I'm ready.
I really feel like Mona is kind of a nothing character. Like, her only purpose in the story is to introduce, like, some tidbits about the Hexen Circle, and we don't really even find out that much about the Hexen Circle. I'll be honest, I think Mona is only there for, like, one reason. As you said, this journey was all gain, no loss. Guess you've got to keep working at it then.
Yes. I don't really know what to do, but I'll do my best.
Sure.
I wish you both safe travels. As for me, I need to think of the future as well.
And that's it.
How is she gonna make a living if she doesn't use astrology to make money? Maybe we should come back and check on her once in a while. It would really be bad if she fainted from hunger in there.
Man, that was a really... You got a nice UID number, 66976608787. Lots of 6. Yeah, I love 6s. 6. So you're a human servant ton and also turn human and robot according to child. Well, once they're robots, then they're no longer humans, which is okay. So it's fine. Look, you gotta cut her some slack. She's like a harbinger. She does questionable things, but ultimately she's a good person. You have to forgive her so we can pull for her. That's how it works. It doesn't matter how many tons she cuts, we gotta forgive her. It ain't Genshin unless we forgive some really terrible person who kills people. I don't care if she cut somebody's fucking head off. I'm pulling for her. Man, fuck this script. Fuck this game. I feel like cutting somebody's head off would probably honestly be preferable. These is like, it's very clean. If you kill somebody, that's like horrible, but it's understandable. But cutting someone's tongue off is just like cruel. But thankfully, she only does it to robots, so I can feel good about it. I don't really have to think about it too much. Wow, look at that 5-star. Amazing. That is amazing. I just got Mualani. Wow. Okay. I think that's where I'll end the stream because I finished both story quests. And then when I come back, I'm probably going to do more Mondstadt completion. Are there hangouts here? Like, where can I see the hangouts? Oh, these are the hangouts. They never even really show them. Complete the prerequisite quest. Depending on the wheel and woe. Volter Volans. Chapter... What the fuck is Volter Volans? Unlock. Unlock. Okay, can't do that. Oh, so I can only do one of these like a couple of times a week. Alright. No, the server is not a robot yet, but it will be a robot. That is the key thing. It will be a robot. Anyways, it's Bench Gamer signing out. Thank you all for being here. Sega employee. Go Maxer. Maxer Bolt Witch on Twitch. Alright. I'll be back in like a couple of hours. You know how it goes. I'll be back. Anyways, Luke Mileto, I almost forgot about you. You were there in the beginning. This is Bench Gamer signing out. I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.